And I don't.
Are we going to go live?
It says live. It says we're live.
Okay, record.
See?
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're seeing it. Okay.
It's over here.
Yeah, because I think they like slightly tweaked their format.
The UI changes from time to
Oh, okay.
time. I have noted. I am not hearing me on here like I normally do. Nor am I hearing you on there. I may have turned these down.
Maybe.
Check. I'm not hearing anything. I should check Deedlit if I can hear her.
Yes. I heard her here.
Yes, but I did. Oh, I don't have this plugged in all the way.
Oh, that might be.
There we go. Oh, good night.
Yeah,
that's
you
loud.
are loud.
Yeah, I'm turning this both back down.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
My apologies.
Ow, my ears.
So let's see. The last time we recorded on a Tuesday night, because that used to be our normal recording night.
Used to.
That was what, 2-3 years ago?
Something like that.
Something to that effect. I mean, I remember the reason we changed was my work schedule, and I couldn't guarantee I was getting home on time at the time.
That's true, because we went from Tuesday nights, we went to Thursday nights because of my schedule.
Yeah,
if I remember correctly.
If you want to go all the way back to even before we were live streaming this, I want to say we were recording on Monday nights.
Yeah,
originally.
That's right. We were doing Monday nights.
Because that's what worked better for both of us at the time. And then when we, for whatever reason, when we went to, I think we had to either go to Tuesday or Thursday, I think for you.
Yeah, for my schedule.
And then eventually we went to Tuesday, I think after COVID, because things were a little wonky. And we stayed at Tuesday nights until about 2 years ago, when my schedule, all of a sudden, I couldn't guarantee I would have enough time when I got off work.
That's right.
To get home, get stuff to eat, and get everything set up.
True.
Before the podcast started. So that's why we moved to Fridays, and we've been Fridays ever since.
Nice.
Now, granted, I have taken up Tuesdays to be my normal recording night or normal streaming night for my game streams. But since we couldn't do it Friday for weather reasons, but I still had internet. I went ahead and did what would have been tonight's stream last Friday. So anyway.
Hi, Jake. How are you?
Hey, Jake. How's it going? He believe that's one of Marchand's co-hosts on Henshin Power V3.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I believe that's who that is.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
If I'm wrong on that, I apologize.
Yeah, thanks for joining us, Jake. Appreciate it. Yeah, we will get started in a few minutes.
Just giving time for people to jump in.
Yeah, so
for our final episode of year 6.
Woo! Yeah, so to explain a little bit behind the scenes what's going on.
Oh yeah, this would not be year 6 without one more postponement of an episode.
Yeah. So we normally record on Fridays. So we I
almost forgot to hit record on that.
Oh yeah.
But now we're recording.
Oh, okay. So for those of you who are joining in, thank you again, and thank you patrons who are paying at certain levels for this.
Yes.
Appreciate it.
Now that y'all can hear us.
Yeah, now that you can hear us. So our recording schedule has flip-flopped throughout the years, and we finally settled on a Friday because it was good. It was
working for all of us.
It was working for both of us. So last Friday I was not feeling well, and I just asked me like, hey, can we put it off till like Saturday or something?
Well, let's be honest. It wasn't just that you weren't feeling well.
Right.
It was because we had a ice storm coming in.
True.
It was not necessarily going to be safe for you to get over here.
That is true.
And this is just my assumption. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Okay.
Because you work with the public, namely at a grocery store.
Yes.
Where people were scared that we were going to be shut down for 3 weeks with no electricity, by going to the store, buying all the water and all the toilet paper, like COVID-19 had come back to shut the country down again.
Right.
you were kind of tired.
I was
all the way around.
Oh, I was. I was
fed up with people, and that would not have been good for our output that night.
No, because I'd be like I did not sleep the well night before. Be like my wife might say differently than I do, but when it comes to my sleep, but I just could not sleep the night before, and I was dead tired from the day before and what have you. But I just was kind of mentally drained about everything, and
That's
asked Drew, be like, hey, can we postpone it? He's like, sure. And plus we started realizing, be like, hey, the storm is coming through, because here in Texas, like if
we're not set up for infrastructure.
No,
we're stuff.
We're a little better than we were in 2021.
A little,
yes. Not everything.
We did not have the rolling blackouts.
That is
this
true.
year.
That is true.
No, we just had trees falling on all our power lines.
Yeah, so that storm was coming through, so it probably would not be very wise, because by the time we got done recording, it'd be about like 10. And so if the roads would be passable or not, then I'd be stuck at Drew's.
And we had talked about preemptively, because we were seeing the storm coming in, that worst case, and what we could have done was have you call in like we did back when I was in Canyon for that wedding.
Yes,
we could have done that.
Could have.
But I just had a feeling you were too tired for me to even suggest that as a good idea. And so we actually even talked about like, oh, we could do it Saturday. Well, when you were up and ready to go, my power was out.
Right.
And then by the time the power came back up that day, I was like 2 hours away from a D&D game.
Okay.
So my schedule no longer, my schedule.
Yeah, because I lost power on Saturday.
Yeah.
And then he lost power on what, Sunday?
4:30 in the morning.
Woof.
We lost power here. It did not come back on until 9:30 p.m. I went all day with no internet, the only internet being my phone.
Yeah.
No power. Thankfully, the apartment did hold heat pretty well.
Yes.
And I was able to still do some online things through the phone. I just had to keep charging my phone a little bit more often that day than normal, because no Wi-Fi to use. So I was having to use cellular for all that stuff. And thankfully, I'm on an unlimited data plan, but still, the signal for the cellular is not that great on this side of town, because the main tower is downtown.
Yeah,
for this area. But at some point, I said, "Hey, let's just go ahead and say we'll do this Tuesday." By then, everything's going to be back to some semblance of normalcy.
Yeah, normality.
And yeah, it's Tuesday night, and we're here. And I there was something about, well, yeah, we're just switching my Friday night and Tuesday night streams. It's fitting the schedule. We're all good.
Yes.
And plus, I was not convinced yesterday that it was going to that power and internet was going to stay up through one of these, and it would still, or you would be able to drive over here because we do still prefer doing it in person.
Yes, agreed.
So
yeah, so
that's been the story from East Texas on our weather woes.
Yeah, and like everybody's being affected by it right now. Be like, we're praying for you. Like everybody from us, like north,
us to Washington D.C.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like a line. It's strangely enough, this is complete coincidence. It's the same line the eclipse took back a year or two ago. Yeah, when it went across the country.
Yes.
Except our county got hit the hardest in East Texas, is my understanding.
That's true. Yeah, so that is the situation we are in today, but you're getting 2 episodes this week instead of 1.
Exactly. And I'm going to try and get this one out pretty quick. I'm actually, since I am off work again tomorrow, I'm going to try to get this episode edited tomorrow.
Wait, you're off work tomorrow?
Yeah, because the schools are closed this
tomorrow. That's right.
And my company handles its
schedule based on the schools.
It's an emergency schedule based on what the school is doing, assuming they're open.
Fair.
And because the schools went ahead and called off, ours did too. That's why this weekend I'm working 3 12-hour shifts.
Oh, fun.
To make up for that. So
I feel sorry for you, my friend.
I will survive. If it weren't for the fact that Friday is going to be our anniversary episode, which is a little less, I would say, stressful in the actual production of than a normal episode.
Yeah.
At least for me. I don't know about you. But that seems to be like an easier episode to do than a standard Cellcast episode. I might not be able to do it after a 12-hour shift, but we should be fine with this, even though we are doing something extra for our patrons.
That is true.
That night, as we start something new. Those of you who have been in our patron only Discord channel may have an idea of what I'm talking about.
Yeah, so stay tuned for that on Friday. Yes.
So, yeah, and High Geek Devotions, he says Celeste is on a half day tomorrow. We are playing church by ear tomorrow. We're having church.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm going to choir practice instead of the men's Bible study tomorrow night.
Oh, wow.
We couldn't do choir Sunday for obvious reasons.
Because we had what we call here in Texas Snowmageddon 2.0.
I've been calling it Ice-mageddon because there was no snow.
That is, there was
snow. Not in our area anyway.
That is true. There was a little bit of snow, but most of it was ice.
It was mostly ice because we had a lot of freezing rain.
That is true.
Which is worse than snow and sleet.
So true. So true.
So
either or. So yeah, just welcome to the show. And don't we just kick this thing in the kick a pig for this. That was a horrible line.
One thing I am going to show off before we get started. Y'all will notice my cup. This is not a new cup, but I have a new sticker on here for the podcast. So y'all should go to our Redbubble store and buy stickers like this.
Promotion.
I am going to try and get some more of our artwork stuff on there.
Yeah.
So y'all can buy more stickers and t-shirts of all our stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because heaven knows we got plenty of stuff to put up there. I've just not gotten around to it.
That is true.
All right. So how about the Tree of Might?
Yeah.
Water.
The Cellcast is recorded in front of a live streaming audience.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Cellcast. Joining me today is a man who, well, he just is so happy to see a tree. Welcome, Jacob.
To see a big tree that's going to absorb everything in the world and make it desolate.
Yeah,
I'm totally down for that. Why, thank you. Let me introduce our co-host. A man who, on same dying world, thought it was a great idea to do a spirit bomb by absorbing the rest of the energy from the world in order to destroy said tree. How that worked, I had no idea, but it happened. Welcome, Drew.
Well, let's face it. The spirit bomb was supposed to be Deus Ex Machina. Unfortunately, it never works except one time.
That is true.
Even in the movies, it only kind of works.
Right.
So, yeah. And I'm going to admit to you, as we bring this up, I am, at this stage of my life, more familiar with the Team 4-Star version of this movie, which was Christmas Tree of Might. So
yes.
if I start thinking we're back in December, that's why.
So here's the thing. I don't think I've seen Christmas Tree of Might. I think I've heard of it. I've heard people talk about it. I've heard even the creators of Team 4-Star talk about this, but I don't think I've ever seen it.
Soon and very soon, after Batman's done, we will not be far away from Christmas Tree of Might, as that was the second Dragon Ball Z bridged film they did, with the first one being Bardock, father of Goku.
Oh my gosh!
So
it's literally going to be
before the end of the year. You will understand why I cannot look at the one with the buzz cut blue hair. I can't think of his name off the top of my head. I think it's Dies. It's Dies.
Yeah, Dies.
Why I can't see him and not be concerned.
Oh gosh. So yeah,
he was on the naughty list.
Oh, okay.
Of course, they're all on the naughty list.
So stay tuned for that later on this year. So yes. So why don't we get into what are we doing first?
The Tree of Might.
Yes.
Dragon Ball Z, the Tree of Might.
Yes.
Why don't we get into our spoiler-free thoughts on it?
Yes.
Certified fresh and spoiler-free.
This was the first Dragon Ball Z movie I originally watched back in the day. Like 25, 30, almost, I wouldn't say 30, 26, 28 years ago, probably.
Yeah.
They showed this on Cartoon Network back during the original Funimation Saban Ocean Group dub.
Ooh.
And this would have been, and that would have been the version I would have originally seen.
Fair.
Because that was the version that was on the Pioneer discs, I believe.
Okay.
So this is actually the first time I've seen the Funimation current dub. Whatever you want to call that.
I gotcha.
The one with the current cast, we'll say.
Oh, okay.
And as much as I don't hate this film, but it's not one of the better ones. I mean, it's not. It's still okay. There's still a lot of good martial art action in this.
Yeah,
we are not to Kamehame, not to Super Saiyan nonsense yet. There's only there are transformations in this.
Yes.
But good night, is this an odd one because it's got an odd concept.
It does. Not
to get too much into the spoiler side of it, there is the Tree of Might is a tree that the enemies plant that that grows very fast, puts out a fruit, and if you eat the fruit, suddenly you've got all that power. All for an excuse to fight. Well, we'll get to that.
Yes, we'll get there.
We'll get to that here in a minute. This is just an odd film. I don't suggest. I do suggest watching it because this is still one of the, I hate to say more sane Dragon Ball Z films.
Sane?
Well, I mean, in comparison,
okay,
this does not have like Broly's problems.
Okay,
in terms of why the Saiyan in that is the enemy hates him.
Worse.
Doesn't have that.
No.
This is still designed to get kids whose parents took them to the theater for this thing or went to the theater themselves, considering this is Japan, and went to go see this big movie collection of stuff in the theater. Go say, oh, I'm going to watch that show when I get home, because it's still kind of like, and you're still looking and going, it's still a giant tree.
True.
But here's the interesting thing. There might actually be a connection to Sailor Moon in this.
There's not bunnies in it. Oh, there are bunnies.
There are bunnies, but that's not the one I'm talking about.
Okay. There's not a bunny on a moon.
I will get to the trivia. We get to the trivia.
Oh, okay.
But
it's not that rabbit that Goku,
No, it's not Master Carrot.
Master Carrot. Okay.
It's not Master Carrot.
Yeah.
But let's just say that this was not an original idea for Dragon Ball Z. But like I said, we'll get there when we get there.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on this?
Wrong way. Again, this is my first time watching this film. And I rented it one night about 2 weeks ago, probably.
Yeah, because we were looking at last Friday.
Yeah, we were looking at last Friday, but things happened.
Yes.
Last week, I watched it last week, and I was slightly disappointed with this film because, again, the last two movies we've done, they've been fun.
All the ones we've done this
comedies, whatever, because they're all related to Dragon Ball.
Yeah, we had two regular Dragon Ball films that were much more lighthearted, and then we had World's Strongest last episode, which is just goofy.
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah. And this is goofy also, but it's definitely much more fighty.
Yes. So we lose more of the comedy aspect to it in this film. Like Drew said, there's a little bit of comedy here and there. But the overall, I wasn't exactly. okay, this is where this movie's going. And it just tumbles into its story. And the conclusion is like, really? This is where you're going with this movie. And again, be like, it's a Dragon Ball movie, it's a Dragon Ball Z movie.
Mm-hmm.
And at this point, you're starting to realize there's not a whole lot of plot. Like, there's a plot.
I mean,
do not get me wrong. There is a plot.
There is a plot.
There is a plot.
Unfortunately, most of that plot is done in the first 35 minutes.
Oh, agreed. That's where I was going.
And then it's just fighty.
Exactly.
This is really the first of that. We're setting up an excuse for Goku and a villain to fight, and that's it. That's what a lot of these movies will later end up being.
Fair. Yes. So, with that said, be like, I enjoyed aspects of it. Be like, overall, I was kind of disappointed with it. It is good in the fighting aspect. The animation's very well done.
Mm-hmm.
The story, like Drew said, happens in the first 15 minutes of the film. And you're looking at a movie that has a runtime a little over an hour. And I wasn't really that impressed with it. It has a very, okay, that's your ending. That makes no sense, but that's me.
So I will say before we get into this, Dragon Ball Z, The Dead Zone, and Dragon Ball Z, The World's Strongest.
Yes.
They were still, to a degree, feeding off of what Toei had done for the original Dragon Ball.
Yeah,
there was still a lot more of that goofiness and not as much of the action. There was still action, but action was not the primary focus. This would be that transitionary film where there is still some goofiness in here,
right?
In the form of a little purple dragon.
And
hint,
he's on the cover.
Yeah, and they're a little bit, but we don't. This is the first of the Dragon Ball Z films that they didn't try to throw in a song to play during a Gohan scene. This is the first one where the primary focus is we are just here really for the fight. We're going to set it up, and then boom, the last half of this is excuses for everybody to fight.
Okay.
Granted, this is thankfully more than just a Goku fight, even though Goku is the one who's going to win at the end.
True.
So, because all the Z Warriors get to fight, thankfully, in this.
Yeah, true.
But, yeah. Why don't we go ahead and get into the spoiler-filled section of this film?
Got it.
The following is a spoiler-filled review for the film Dragon Ball Z, The Tree of Might. Listener discretion is advised. Dragon Ball Rosetto, Chikyu Marugoto Chokesen.
He would have done better than I did.
Which translates literally to Dragon Ball Z, a super battle for the whole Earth. So yeah, they are wearing what this is on its sleeve. There. Or as we know it here in the West, Dragon Ball Z, The Tree of Might, was directed by Daisuke Nishio, who would go on to direct many episodes of Pretty Cure, the magical girl show that took over for Sailor Moon when Sailor Moon went off the air, and is still going.
Oh, okay.
And there's a reason I bring that up.
Okay, fair.
It was written by Takao Koyama, and the English version was written by Eric Vale. Getting into the English cast, we've got Sean Schemmel, of course, as Goku and King Kai. And he would go on to play Black Doom in the video game Shadow the Hedgehog.
Oh.
You know, the one where Shadow goes around saying curse words and shooting guns. Because that makes sense for the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise.
Like you do.
Stephanie Nadolny plays Gohan. And she would go on to play Baby Trunks in Dragon Ball Z.
Oh.
Chris Sabat plays Icarus, Yamcha, Piccolo, and Shenron. And in One Piece, he would go on to play Roronoa Zoro, the guy with 3 swords in that anime.
Okay.
Sonny Strait played Krillin, and he actually played Arsène Lupin III in a number of Lupin III anime.
Okay.
Quite a number, I will say.
I gotcha.
John Bergmeyer played Tien Shinhan, and in the anime Hetalia, he played Switzerland.
Switzerland.
Yes. Yeah, that's the one. That's the anime where they all the characters are anthropomorphized countries.
Oh, okay. Still, I had no idea what you're talking about.
Either way,
Yeah.
I may have to let you borrow something. You won't like it.
Okay.
And I'm only saying that because it is you know the actual history in a lot of cases, and this does include the actual history, but it does it in weird ways.
Okay.
Because it's all one person for the entire country.
Okay. Cool.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Monica Antonelli was the voice of Chaozu and Poir. And those are her only roles.
Okay. Has she continued to play those roles?
Yes.
Okay.
But that's pretty much all she's done. These roles for the rest of Dragon Ball Z.
Okay, that's like the voice actor for Goku.
Well, Sean Schemmel has gone on to do other things.
Yeah, but he's primarily known for that.
Yes, but he does have a career outside of Goku.
Okay.
Unfortunately, Monica Antonelli, while she is no longer the voice of these characters, this is about all she ever did. Was these characters.
Okay.
Chris Patton was the voice of Turles, and he played Greed in Full Metal Alchemist.
Go.
Jeff Johnson played Cacao, and he didn't have many other options to pick either on what else he'd been in, but in Dragon Ball Z episode number 37, he played a character named Chunky McSleepytime.
Chunky McSleepytime.
And that was just a funny enough name, I had to mention it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Mark Lancaster played Dies, and he was Angus the Pirate in something called Thrill Ride. Robert McCollum played Raisin and Lakase, and he was Hero Killer Stain in My Hero Academia.
Okay, I know who that is.
And J. Paul Stevens played Amand, and he was additional voices in Evangelion 2.0 You Cannot Advance.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Kingdom Hearts connections. Besides the other 3 Dragon Ball films we've done this month,
okay,
how many Kingdom Hearts connections do you think we have? Bear in mind, Akira Toriyama still counts. So at least one.
There's a part of me right now be nice to be hearing the Jeopardy music go off in the back. Exactly. I would say maybe 5, maybe.
Any guesses in the chat before I reveal? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We got, besides Akira Toriyama, 1 for a total of 2.
2, okay. Nice.
In the Japanese version, Shinobu Satoshi, who played Cacao in this, was Fox McCloud in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
And that's all I've got for the cast list. What do we got in info and stuff?
All right. So, info and stuff. IMDb has a 6.7 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes, its audience score is 67. You'll be able to watch on Amazon Prime for $3.99. If you want a physical copy, it's available on Amazon. It is Dragon Ball Z double feature Tree of Might / Lord Slug for $19.97 on Blu-ray, and it's widely available. All right, production was Toei Animation, Toei Company. For distribution, runtime was 65 minutes, so it's a little over an hour. Its first release date was July 7th, 1990 in Japan. Its second release in 1997 was Saban. This one was weird. Saban Funimation and Ocean Group, Ocean Studies, whatever, Ocean Studios, whatever. In 1997, and then you have the Pioneer dub with Funimation with Ocean again.
That's right. There is a second English dub.
Yeah, there's a second English
it's the
dub.
Same cast, but it's a different dub.
Yeah, it's the 1998 version of it, and then you have the unknown AB group. I think in the 2000s,
and then this one later.
Yeah, this one later on. I think
this one was done when they were putting out the orange boxes.
Possibly. So
that's about the time they were doing their quote unquote international English dub.
All right. So box office at the Japanese box office, the film sold 2.2 million tickets and earned a net distribution, rental income, home video rent of 800 million yen. A home video. Funimation later sub-licensed the home video rights of the film to Pioneer Entertainment, who also was associated with Ocean Productions, redubbed the film and recently released it uncut on VHS and DVD on March 17th, 1998, which featured the then current English cast from the television series, dialogue more accurately translated from the original Japanese script and the original Japanese background music. Since then, but Funimation released the edited film of Rock the Dragon edition, set with the Ocean dub on DVD in August 13th, 2013. It had 53. It has 53 edited episodes of the television plus 2 edited films of The Dead Zone and The World's Strongest as they aired on Toonami. Once the sublease expired, Funimation also released the film on DVD called the Ultimate Uncut Edition on November 14th, 2006. As part of their set, the first strike, also containing The Dead Zone from 1989 and The World's Strongest, which we just reviewed in 1990, with complete new dub done by Funimation's voice cast, which we know as the cast that we know now.
Yes.
Where was I? Yes. It was later released as a double feature, as I just mentioned a minute ago, along with Lord Slug in 1990 on a Blu-ray and DVD in 2008. Both features 180p format, HD remaster with a 16.9 aspect ratio with an enhanced 5.1 surround sound mix. The film was re-released on DVD in remastered thin pack collection on December 1st, 2011, containing the first 5 Dragon Ball Z films. And that's all I have for info and stuff. So now you know.
Just a second, I'm making sure I've got something.
Lurking, eating dinner.
Yes. That means he's got us on, but he's not responding in chat.
Oh, that is perfectly fine. That is perfectly fine. Be like, you should try, be like, that's me on a Friday nights when I have to work late, and our pre-show is me eating.
Yeah. So
if you've ever been here for one of our other live shows, that's what happens sometimes. Because I have a weird schedule sometimes.
I meant to hit that earlier. So I could find this because I got to edit this out because this is my fault that I didn't. I just realized I didn't have something in the trivia. And that's what I'm trying to find.
Uh-oh.
You can keep talking.
No. Like, no, but this. Oh my gosh. So, yeah, I'd be like, oh my gosh, I'm stuck. I'm stuck for a second, so I apologize. So, whenever I be like, my schedule gets weird sometimes because I went from a solid 7 to 4 every day to things started to shift. Be like, okay, we need you to do this, we need you to do this, and then it just turned into this. I could literally give you like 7 to 4, 7 to 2, 11 to 7. And 11 to 7 can shift between Wednesdays and Thursdays now. And then every once in a while, it's on Fridays. So I have 2 days where I open, and then the rest of them, I have no idea what I'm going to be doing because schedule, definitely when you work where I work. And I'm grateful to have a job. Do not get me wrong. It's just like, I wish I could have a decent set schedule, people. Come on. But I get it.
So I mentioned earlier that there was a connection with Sailor Moon in this film.
Yes.
I can't find that connection now. Because I forgot to put in the notes. It was something I read. I was like, oh, that's interesting, but I don't know if I want to include it. And then I go and mention it here because.
Bravo. Good job.
Here we go. I got it. Okay. Getting into the summary. A forest fire interrupts a camping trip enjoyed by Gohan, Krillin, Bulma, and Oolong. Gohan and Krillin manage to put out the fire and use the Dragon Balls to restore the forest and the animals killed by the Inferno. And Gohan befriends a small dragon he names Icarus. Unbeknownst to the group, the fire was started by a probe sent by a Saiyan space pirate named Turles, who bears a striking resemblance to Goku, and who has chosen the Earth to plant the Tree of Might, which absorbs the life of a planet and converts it into a fruit that, when eaten, gives the consumer a massive power increase. Turles' henchmen plant the seed, and King Kai telepathically warns Goku of the danger. He, Krillin, Yamcha, Tien, and Chaozu attempt to destroy the tree using energy blasts, but fail. Turles' henchmen attack and overwhelm them. The Earth begins to succumb to the devastation of the tree's life absorption as water vanishes and plants and animals perish. After Gohan fights back against the henchmen, Turles enters the fray after realizing Gohan is part Saiyan and deduces that he is Goku's son, who he states is from the same class of Saiyan warrior and thus explains their similar appearances. Gohan impresses Turles with his power level and invites him to join his conquest. Still, he refuses and attempts to fight Turles before Piccolo intervenes to rescue him. Turles forces Piccolo to protect Gohan, and the Namekian is dispatched. Upon noticing Gohan's regrown tail, Turles creates an artificial moon and forces Gohan to observe it, causing him to transform into a great ape, who attacks Goku but is calmed by the appearance of Icarus. Turles injures Icarus with an energy blast, causing Gohan to go into a frenzy before Goku severs his son's tail with an energy disc, transforming him back to normal and saving him from Turles' incoming energy blasts. Goku kills Turles' henchman and engages his evil doppelganger in battle. Goku has the upper hand against Turles until he obtains a fully grown piece of fruit from the Tree of Might and consumes it. With a sudden surge in power, Turles overwhelms Goku until his allies come to his aid. As they fight Turles with limited success, Goku begins to form a spirit bomb, but the Earth having been drained by the Tree of Might, does not have the energy left to fuel Goku's spirit bomb, which Turles destroys. However, the energy from the Tree of Might flows into Goku, allowing him to create another more powerful spirit bomb. Goku confronts Turles underneath the tree's roots and blasts him directly with the attack, launching him up the tree, destroying them both. The Earth begins to heal as the heroes celebrate their victory. Piccolo meditates alone by a waterfall.
That's it.
And that's the movie. Getting into the trivia, this is the only movie, and the only time in Dragon Ball Z for that matter, in which Yamcha wears a gi with the turtle symbol on the front and the King Kai symbol on the back. His gi of choice after being resurrected in the series is actually the opposite, with King Kai's symbol in the front and the turtle at the back, and he is the only character to wear a gi in this style. This is the only theatrical movie in Dragon Ball Z to feature a great ape transformation. This is the first movie to feature a Saiyan as the villain. This holds the distinction of having the most English dubs out of any Dragon Ball related media. There have been a total of 5 official English dubs. The edited 1997 Funimation dub with Ocean Group and Saban Entertainment, the uncut 1998 Funimation dub with Ocean and Pioneer Entertainment, the 1999 Malaysian English Speedy Video dub, and the 2003 AB Group dub, and the 2006 Funimation Entertainment in-house redub. Turles is meant to represent what Goku would become if he had never hit his head as a baby. This is the only Dragon Ball Z film to have 2 replacement soundtracks for it. The 1997 Ron Wasserman score from Funimation Entertainment's initial attempt at an English dub, and the Nathan Johnson score from Funimation's later in-house redub. And lastly, Dragon Ball Z: The Tree of Might is the 3rd DBZ movie featuring the villain Turles, who plants a tree. As I said, it was released in the US as a 3-part special in 1997. Sailor Moon actually did a version of this in Sailor Moon R called the Doom Tree arc, often confused due to similar plot points about parasitic, energy-draining trees.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to watch Sailor Moon R because I don't remember parasitic trees in that one, but it wouldn't surprise me.
No.
Lastly, we do have, of course, where names come from.
Yeah.
Because all names in Dragon Ball are puns.
Yes, they are.
Like all Saiyans, Turles' name is a pun on the name of a vegetable, namely lettuce in Japanese. In Japanese, his name is Taresu.
Taresu.
Which, if you rearrange the first two syllables, it becomes Reatsu or lettuce.
Reddit. Okay, I thought radish.
Yeah. Well, no, that would be raditz.
That is true.
Turles' men's names come from different nuts, beans, or similar foods.
Okay.
Almond comes from almonds. Cacao comes from the cacao bean, which is where you get chocolate.
Gotcha.
Days is for daisu, which is Japanese for soybeans. Raisin from raisins. And his twin brother Lakase, which when the way the Japanese would say it, or had said the Japanese version is rakase, which is Japanese for peanut.
Okay.
And that's the end of the trivia.
Oh, okay.
Jacob, what is your first like for this film?
My first like, let me pull up the old iPad. All right. So my first like of this film, there again, there are bits and pieces of the movie I enjoy, but most of it I did not enjoy. Would be Icarus the Dragon. I'd be like, I know some people don't like Icarus. I don't care. But
I'm not against Icarus.
I'm fair. I know some people don't like him. But I enjoyed his introduction to this movie. I know some people are like, well, he was here. It's a character made for the movies, and he pops up with the TV show every once in a while. I'd be like, I enjoyed his. I'd be like, he's kind of a he points our heroes to what's going on. He's kind of ignored. He's kind of a cute character that everybody like, oh, he's kind of cute. I think we want our RC staff pointed out, like in our, I think in one of our chat rooms, be like, oh, it's a dragon. I like him.
Yeah, it is a cute dragon.
Yeah, he's a cute little dragon. He's gonna be on the cover art for this one. So in that case, I just enjoy his introduction to this movie. He's a fun little character. It's a change of pace. It's not just a bunch of, it's fighting. Do you not get me wrong? That's what Dragon Ball Z is known for. But your introduction of a dragon type character, and it's like it brings up all kinds of questions. Like, did the dinosaur raids exist? Is it still existing? Which apparently in the Dragon Ball universe that does happen.
Yeah, there's dinosaurs.
Or big lizards, whatever. But
admittedly, the later on in the series you get, the less of the giant lizards do you see.
Oh yeah, of course, because that was just more. It's fun. It's yeah, whatever.
It becomes easier just to have humans instead of having
dogmen. Okay, fair.
Randomly in town.
Fair. So I think that's more of a Dragon Ball thing, right?
It was a thing introduced in Dragon Ball, but you can still see it throughout Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, very early on in Dragon Ball Z. But I do like Icarus. He's a cool design. He's the perfect complement to Gohan. And I saw one either or. I thoroughly enjoy his character, and hint that's why he's part of the cover art for this one. So yeah, I just like his introduction to the character. He's there. He points out characters, what's going on, and everybody kind of ignores him. Be like, oh, you can have a pet, and he's trying to help people, but
yeah,
he speaks his own little dragon language. No one understands him. So he kind of catapults the story in a way. So I kind of enjoy that character. What is your first like?
Before I say my first like, I do want to say, last week you mentioned how it was hard for you to separate this from the Team 4-Star abridgment.
In some ways, yes.
The World's Strongest.
Yeah.
That's kind of this with me, even though the Team 4-Star abridgment turns it into a Christmas movie.
Fair.
So I have to stop and think, okay, it's the same basic story, but there's different wordings here and there.
Fair.
So, and they changed a lot of the character names. So in so many ways, I think of these as the other characters.
Yeah, you're blurring the two.
Right. But I actually do like that our villain is another Saiyan, and that he's basically evil Goku.
Yes.
But he's not just evil Goku, because much like it said in the Team 4-Star Abridgment, he doesn't have a goatee, so he's not that evil. But yeah, Turles is, granted, he's got one thing on his mind, and he almost succeeds in that one thing, which you can't say for a lot of Dragon Ball villains that actually get that far, because usually the only reason most villains get as far as they do is because the heroes just let them.
True.
This one, the villain gets what they're trying to get because the heroes are no match for him for the most part.
True.
He is actually, this is like the first real one I think I've seen of all these where it's like, hey, sure, you'll get to Broly later, and Broly is literally overpowered intentionally.
True.
This one, he's not overpowered, but he's outthinking everyone. His plan is simple, and that's probably why it doesn't fail. He's not going for the Dragon Balls. In fact, the Dragon Balls are only in this movie at the very beginning, solely so that we get them out of the way and we know, okay, yeah, they can't use this the rest of the film.
I gotcha.
That's really seems like the only reason the Dragon Balls are in this film, is to get them out of the way so they can't, someone won't go, why don't we just wish Turles and the tree away? Which is like
true,
what you probably should have done if you could have, but they decided to wish all the animals back their homes, which is fair.
Yeah.
But
it winds up turning to be the biggest waste of the world, but they didn't know that.
Yeah, they had no way of knowing that.
True.
But Turles actually being a competent villain, I actually really appreciate. Yeah, he's meant to be evil Goku, and he's got Frieza minions basically running around with him. And yeah, there is some stupidity in there. And yeah, for the most part, all the good parts of this are in the opening of Rock the Dragon.
Yeah.
Which is, you can watch that and kind of get the gist of what's going on here, mixed in with all the other. But it's fun. It's I like that Turles actually is competent, which you can't say a lot about a lot of the movie villains. True. You couldn't say it about Cochin and Wheelo last week. You really couldn't say that about Garlic Jr. the week before that, or the movie before that either.
That is true.
And you look at Lord Slug and Cooler, and Broly's not smart enough because he's just too heck bent on punching Goku. This is probably the last one where the strategy. Oh, sorry, I forgot about Android 13 also.
Trucker hat.
Where's my trucker hat? That movie's gonna be dumb,
but it's so fun.
It's so the abridgment is fun.
Oh, okay.
The movie, the original movie. Yeah.
Oh, it's that bad.
We'll get to it.
Oh god,
we'll get to it probably next year.
So let me get this straight. So we go from a bunch of really good little movies that are about fun and everything. Then we get into the Dragon Ball Z era, and then it comes into nonsensical just fighting.
Well, when you get right down to it, those first 3 Dragon Ball movies, they're a little nonsensical in and of themselves.
Yeah, but they're fun.
But they're meant to be they are more focused on being advertising the comedy elements, because it was meant originally a comedy action manga.
True.
But you get to Z, and the focus is now on action over comedy, to the point where the comedy does take a back seat. It's still there, but it's not the focus of what's going on.
Yeah.
And it was very easy for the English adapters to kind of ease the comedy out and focus more on the action.
Yeah.
So since I kind of have to look at this as an action film, because there is not much comedy in this one outside of seeing Yamcha's car get blown up.
Poor Yamcha. He turns into a joke.
This is like the first time he's really a joke.
Yeah.
At least movie where they really capitalizing on it. But like I said, I just really like that Turles is actually a competent villain in this, and his minions are not stupid. because they literally defeat all of Goku's force, all of the Z fighters, pretty handily.
Yeah.
You get to some later films, and all of the minions get defeated by everybody else, and Goku just fights the main bad guy.
Fair.
So, yeah, I really, like I said, I really do enjoy the fact that Turles is competent in this.
Okay.
A competent villain for a change.
Okay.
What's your second like?
My second like would be more the animation.
Mhm.
The animation side of like it's done brilliantly. It's done very well. It's probably be like if you compare it to more modern Dragon Ball Z, like Super or whatever.
Mhm.
It's it's early 90s animation, and it's done incredibly well for its time period.
Yeah, it's very well done cell animation.
Yes. Yes, very well done. I enjoy it. And there's be like you do have a lot of like all the cast are involved and whatever. But yeah, I'll bring that up in a minute. Bring that up in a little bit. But overall, I just enjoy the animation. It's got good fight scenes. It engages you in that way of animation. And it's not like what I understand of the animation that came out of Dragon Ball Super originally.
Well, I don't want to tease that too early.
No.
But we'll get there.
Wait, no.
There's a reason over the weekend we're happy to see that something's getting remade.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm saying.
That's not
even if we have to watch it again.
Either or. So that is my second like is the animation and the fighting stuff.
Right.
What is your second like?
My second like is that this is one of the few times King Kai is actually involved in one of the movies. And actually is the entire reason Goku and the gang even know anything's going on.
Yes.
And the thing is King Kai is not my favorite character in these films or in the show, but the fact that he's not usually the one telling, hey, Goku, you might want to know about this. And they have to, because I mean, I understand I wouldn't want that all the time. Don't get me wrong. But King Kai does seem to be, and he is the quote unquote god of that, the head god of that part of the galaxy.
Right.
And he knows crap goes on around Earth.
Right.
Because Goku is there and Goku's a magnet for this stuff. You'd think that when King Kai recognizes crap's about to go down, he'd call Goku up and say, hey, go take care of this. And this is, I think, the only movie where he does that. I mean, there might be a special later on that maybe does it, but really, this is the only one of the movies that actually does that. So it's like, okay, yeah, King Kai, you're being useful. Granted, I don't want you, like I said, I don't want him to show up all the time, but hey, at least here he's doing his job.
True.
So yeah, the fact that King Kai is doing his job for once is my second like.
Fair.
What's your third?
My third like could be very similar to the earlier Dragon Ball and the earlier Dragon Ball Z films, that you have a full cast involvement. Like most of the characters do something in this film. Be like if it's a very minor thing or a full on, be like they're in the entire film, they're there, they're doing something. It's either they're in the fight, they're in here, they're in whatever. But I do enjoy that. Unlike other Dragon Ball Z movies, and to be fair, Dragon Ball Super films, most of the supporting cast are literally just be like one little liners, whatever. They're barely in the film. But
in a lot of cases on those films, I'm mentioning these characters. And it's like they have one line, but I'm still mentioning them anyway because they're there. They're major characters in the franchise.
Right.
Here, it's like, well, all these characters actually do something.
For a chat, be like again, earlier films, they were all involved or they were introduced, but
they're not just glorified cameos.
Exactly. So yeah, I enjoy the full gamut of the characters are being involved in some fashion or form. Like in latter films, they're literally just small little cameos, or they get knocked out in the first 5 minutes.
Right. They slowly become the red shirts of this franchise.
Yeah.
To show how powerful the villain is without Goku getting beaten up. So then Goku can come in and save the day after Goku gets beat up.
So yeah, it's the full cast involvement.
Right.
Character cast involvement.
Yes.
What is your third like?
My third like, believe it or not, is Icarus.
Wow.
I didn't pump in and do them when you did yours, just simply because
Yeah.
I feel different about it.
Fair.
Icarus is not my favorite character. In fact, admittedly, I kind of like it when Team 4-Star beats up on the little guy. In their abridgments of these films. But Icarus is kind of a nice character. It's nice to give Gohan somebody to hang around with.
Yeah.
Besides Piccolo.
Yeah.
Besides, it's nice that Gohan has a dog.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of what Icarus is. He's a very intelligent dog.
Yeah.
Just with wings. And that's even kind of how he's introduced, because he follows Gohan home.
Yeah, that's true.
And of course, Chi-Chi doesn't like that he's there and wants Gohan to get rid of him. And it's like, but Mama, I can take care of him. It's very much that stray dog followed me home kind of get, but it's cute. It's sweet in such a way. And Gohan gets so precious little childhood in the regular Dragon Ball Z story itself. It's kind of nice to see him having that here.
That is true.
So, yeah.
So, a question in that regard of Icarus, when Chi-Chi is saying, be like, hey, get rid of him, run him off, whatever, doesn't even Goku say, be like, hey, he can build character or whatever? Doesn't he say that?
Goku is the one who's saying, hey, Gohan having Gohan having Icarus as a pet, basically, will teach him responsibility.
Yeah, I remember him saying that. And
Goku's being a dad for a change.
Oh my word. That was like, okay, Chi-Chi's being this like very strict dictator-like mother who's be like, no, you cannot have fun. You cannot have nothing in your life.
Okay.
But Goku's being the dad for once. Just saying.
I know you've watched Dragon Ball Z Abridged.
Yes.
You remember the episode where they actually adapted the Garlic Jr. saga, the Kai?
Yes.
And we find out that Gohan has a tutor at that point in time.
Oh gosh, yes.
Who's just whipping him over and over, going,
yes.
learn,
yes,
learn. Literally, when Chi-Chi is talking about how he needs to be in there and studying, I was sitting there going, learn. It's like, because that's literally the stuff that should be happening right now.
Oh my
Why is that not happening right now? Because that happened later.
Yeah,
in filler arc, but
yeah.
Oh my word! But yeah, Goku getting to be a dad, Icarus getting to be a cute little dragon, and giving Gohan a childhood.
Yes.
Good night. Why did Akira Toriyama not give Gohan any semblance of a childhood? He gets kidnapped when he's 4 first by his uncle, then by a green man who is his father's enemy. Has to train with that guy for a year, then gets into a big fight with 2 other big Saiyans, then has to go to Namek to save his adopted father at that point, because that's what Piccolo is, and then gets into big fights there, gets home, and then if you go by the anime with its filler arc, then has to deal with the Blackwater Mist and Garlic Jr. and his mother turning evil. Which Chi-Chi evil, that's a weird concept. I don't even want to think about that. And then you get into the androids and everything. It's like Gohan does not get to have a childhood until Cell is gone.
That is true. When his dad's gone, be like, oh, I could actually be a teenager.
And then he meets Fidel and turns into the Great Saiyaman.
Yeah, either or, be like, yeah.
The Buu saga happens. But yeah, getting... As a fan of Dragon Ball, people can rip on this movie and all the other films with Icarus in it all they want, and they can hate on the dragon all they want. I don't care. Icarus represents something Gohan doesn't get to have otherwise.
Yeah,
he gets to have a childhood, and good night. Gohan deserves a childhood.
That is fair,
because all children do.
True,
and I'm glad to see Gohan get a childhood with Icarus,
at least for a moment,
for a couple moments.
Yeah.
Then Lord Slug happens.
Oh, Lord Slug.
We'll get to that. Dislikes. What's your first one?
All right. So can we pause for a moment? Because I need to take this hoodie off. hot, burning up.
Admittedly, I do have the heater up to like
Yeah.
72 because if the electricity goes off again, I want it to stay cool longer.
Yes.
Hi, Andy. How are you doing this evening? Over on the YouTube side of things. I like how he walks off into the kitchen. I assume just to make sure that the camera doesn't see him. to get comfortable.
Yes.
Meanwhile, I am very thankful I have remembered to hit end stream many times before I come back and realize, oh, I didn't close the restream or the OBS, and I'm comfortable. And I think I'm in private, and I thankfully am in privacy because the camera's on, the stream's not going. It's like, I'm going to shut that off.
Yeah, the bloopers you really don't want to know at the end of the show.
Oh,
no.
Yeah, after Jacob leaves, and I'm going, finally, I can get comfortable.
Don't want to see that. No.
I didn't even. My stomach stayed covered. Let's get back into it. Dislikes. What's your first dislike, my friend?
My first dislike. Let me pull the pad up. There we go. All right. The plot is bland and generic.
Ain't it though?
Bland, generic. I also wrote that complete nonsense of a plot. Like plot synopsis. They plant a tree on Earth in order to grow something, in order to destroy the Earth. Now our heroes to go fighty in order to save the Earth.
You realize this is an environmental message.
Yeah, it's horrible. It's like, oh yeah, the tree itself absorbs everything from the world, killing the world.
Yes.
And by the end of the world, Goku
using up the finite resources of the planet.
Yes. In order to save the world, use a spirit bomb
by using that same energy.
Yeah, exactly. And then somehow be like, that concludes our movie. Instead of be like, oh yeah, the tree absorbed everything, but somehow the tree gave Goku power in order to destroy it and the villain. How does that make sense?
Okay, let me work with that quick.
Okay.
This is the part I love about our reviews is that one of us will say something and the other will say, "Now hang on." That actually works. Let me explain why.
It does it does work to an extent, but it's so freaking ridiculous.
Oh, I'm not saying it's not ridiculous.
Yeah, okay.
The whole bit here is that
I'm just saying, be like, please, you're not going to defend this thing. Like, it's a great plot. No, I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm not saying it's a great plot.
Okay,
I'm saying there is logic. There is logic. It's not full nonsense.
Oh, I'm aware.
But let me explain.
It's very flawed logic, but it works.
So let me explain. The tree of might, as the English version calls it, sucks up all the energy of Earth,
everything,
and stores that energy within itself.
Yes,
good portion of it gets put out in the fruit that it puts out,
like a tree does.
Right,
absorbs nutrients around it.
Turles only grabbed one fruit when he's attacking Goku,
and this thing gets a ton of fruit.
And it's got
underneath
a ton of fruit
the tree,
and somehow
not on top, not on the branches, underneath it.
Well, I mean, he's pulling. I'm getting to that.
Okay,
here's the thing: when Goku draws energy for the spirit bomb from the peoples of the Earth, who are most with him most of the time. In fact, you get to Dragon Ball, you get to the Buu Saga, Goku's on the Supreme Kai planet, drawing energy from Earth, and that's the spirit bomb that works. And I don't know what my TV's doing.
No, I'm just be like, more for clarification. The fact that the Earth has been completely absorbed by the tree,
but the energy,
so it means everybody's dead, including the animals, except for our main characters.
No. It hasn't pulled all the energy yet. There's still some energy left. It's just a lot of it has been pulled and is being stored right there. So it's all local.
Local?
It happens to be localized in the same area that Goku's in.
Okay. I'll disagree with you in a minute.
Goku was trying to pull energy from the whole Earth And for some reason, that meant he wasn't pulling from the tree. This is the part that's illogical, because if he's pulling from all the energy from across the earth, he should also be pulling from the tree. Should be. But when Goku finally realizes, oh, all the energy is here, that's the spirit. That energy he pulls from the tree is what he ends up launching into Turles and having him uppercut all the way up through the tree. The tree makes like so many trees did in the north this last weekend. It explodes.
True.
And rains down yellow snow across the peoples of the earth.
And somehow...
And that brings them all back to life because... magic.
Plot.
So, a wizard did it.
Yeah.
And that wizard's name is Bobbity.
So, okay. So I'm going to kind of counter your... some
You're not countering me. I'm just like, here's what happened.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I agree. That's what happened. I'm going to counter a little bit.
And that there is some logic in it, but if it's stupid logic.
Okay. So, in the very beginning of the film, I think it's like King Kai mentions that, oh, this is what it's going to do. It's going to absorb everything in the world, and it's going to leave the world desolate.
Yeah.
And so we get
it gets close to that point.
So let me finish. There's a scene where we see the earth as it would be if the tree did it.
Mm-hmm.
So at the end of our film, we see that exact same image that plays
used footage.
Yeah, used footage, obviously. But I keep thinking, I'd be like, in my head, if we're seeing the exact same result, that means the tree has absorbed all the nutrients and all the energy from the earth, including all animals and all human life. So the world's already been absorbed. So Goku's using a spirit bomb in order to try to destroy the tree, which there's nothing left. So that was my argument.
Right. Last little thing I'm going to throw at you.
Okay.
We have no idea how ki energy actually works.
No, we don't.
Ki energy, which is the energy Goku is pulling for this thing, which is the life energy that the planet is losing, that the tree of life is sucking up. And we have no idea how it works, because we know it's connected into power levels, because at least that's how the Saiyans, the Frieza Forces Scouters work, is they're reading the ki energy, and somehow that can be quantified into a number. And so you have some beings that have more ki energy than others. Some can build it up, some can't.
Right. But
there's no real reason how it works. And quite frankly, Earth has given its energy to Goku so many times that it's a wonder it's still around by the time Dragon Ball Super happens.
Or the Dragon Balls. Let's just say it.
Well, that's the other thing. We don't know how the Dragon Balls work.
GT, anybody? I know it's not canon. I get it. It's not canon, but I'm going to bring it up anyway.
We actually still don't know if it's not canon. That's the sad part.
Either or. So I was like, okay, well, technically I accidentally threw my first like and second dislike in the exact same thing. So yeah, you get a 2 for 4, two for one. But thankfully, I put a 4th down here.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. So there you go. What's your first dislike?
My first dislike is the minions are completely unnecessary.
That is true.
I mean, they do hold their own. They keep the other Z warriors at bay and do defeat them. And it's Goku as they're defeating the minions. But for the most part, all these characters are very forgettable. They're not interesting. As an excuse for someone for fight scenes, I think Turles would have been much more of an impressive villain had he not had minions. Because in some ways, the Tree of Might is still supposed to be referencing the Saiyan saga. In terms of its villains. And so Turles is meant being an evil Saiyan is basically supposed to be Vegeta, but without actually using Vegeta.
Yeah.
Much like how Kojin and Dr. Wheelo were also supposed to be Nappa and Vegeta, but this is meant to just be Vegeta. And he's got minions. It's like, but at the same time, it's like he's evil Goku, basically. He has minions, and the minions just waste time. The fights are interesting. Don't get
Yeah.
me wrong, but
Yeah.
they just waste time. If you're gonna have minions, and granted, this is something I know Dragon Ball Z movies are never going to get right.
Fair.
Let's be honest. Even when you get into Dragon Ball, the last 4 Dragon Ball Super era films, they still don't get minions right.
Fair. Now, some
For the main villain,
some of them do, some of them don't.
some of them do better than others. This is
Agreed.
not one of those.
Yeah.
This is, well, like will be said in Lord Sluggabridge. Let me guess. You're the stupid one, you're the pretty one, and you're the one with the strange powers.
Yeah. Hey, who calling ugly? Who calling stupid? Whatever.
Hey, who you calling ugly stupid? You're not, okay. You're not dumb.
You're just ugly.
You're just ugly.
Hey. Yeah, either or. So
Yeah.
we'll get there.
We'll get to Lord Slug later this year.
Yes.
All right, Lord Slug abridged anyway. Yeah, I just hate that the minions aren't used very well in this.
Fair.
And
I agree with you on that.
They're interesting if they were the actual villains. The fact that they have a hierarchy and they seem to be working together, but the fact that they're all working for Turles, but they all seem to not be working for Turles because they're all doing their own things, even though they're all wanting the Tree of Might.
But let me ask this question. So Turles is described in some of the texts is that he's a pirate.
No. He's not a pirate. Okay. Let me rephrase. Some dubs tried to say he was a space pirate and not working for the Frieza Force, or with the rest of the Saiyans,
right?
Because if you're trying to connect it in canon, in canon, technically the only Saiyan that's still out there besides Goku, Raditz, Nappa, and Vegeta,
right,
which are the 4 main ones we knew survived the planet of the destruction of planet Vegeta.
Yeah.
The only other one we know for certain, only other two we know for certain, is Vegeta's brother Tarble, and of course Broly, namely Super Broly.
Yeah,
not the original Broly,
right?
Or as Vegeta calls him in the Boo Bits, the good Broly.
The good Broly.
The good Broly.
The Boo Bits. Oh my gosh.
But yeah, it's the thing. It's
fair.
The thing.
Fair.
And the minions just don't get to have. The minions don't have a meaningful role in this, but they almost do. It's a weird thing. The entire reason they're there is to plant the Tree of Might and fight all of Goku's friends.
Yeah,
it's the entire reason they're there.
Exactly.
Turles was really the mastermind behind the whole thing, and yeah, I get that you're gonna have minions who work for the mastermind. That's their role. It's just I wish there was more to them than just these flat characters.
Oh, agreed.
That's what you get down to. Is they're flat characters.
Yeah, the minion characters in question are minions, whatever you want to call them. Goon Squad.
In fact, the Misfit minions in Christmas Tree of Might in that Team 4-Star does, same visual designs. They all have backstories. We all know who they are.
I'm gonna have to watch this film. I haven't watched it yet.
We'll get to it.
Yeah, we'll get there.
But
so
they're better handled than these versions, and the other one's technically making fun. So
I want to bring up one point where the fact to be like you take the last one which we reviewed, which is the World's Strongest, the villain, the minions, the underlings of our main villain actually did something for a change. These characters literally they come in and get wiped out pretty quickly, as far as I remember. And they really don't do anything. But like they show up, they plant the seed for this big tree, and then they go fighting, get beat.
Yeah,
that's it.
It's definitely
again
a plot
simple
problem.
plot.
It's definitely a plot problem.
Yeah,
but yeah, I think you could still have a good fighty primary movie and still not have these issues. Case in point, Final Fantasy VII Advent Children.
Fair.
Because that's still mostly a fighty movie.
That is true.
But it's got a good story to back it up. So
yeah. Minus let me
especially the complete version.
Let me bring up one thing. The problem with later Dragon Ball Z movies, like I said before, is that your plots get thinner and thinner and thinner and thinner,
more formulaic.
And more formulaic. So all your other characters become secondary,
Mhm.
and then they become like third, fourth, fifth.
And
You know-
your villainous extras start getting flatter and flatter in terms of character.
Exactly.
I am not saying I want these to all be as well thought out as yeah. I'm not expecting them to have. I'm not expecting them to be as well-rounded villain as, say, Frieza or Cell or the androids or anything like that.
Right.
I am saying that these characters need to be a little more three-dimensional.
Yeah. Thank you, Artsy.
Yes, robust. That's actually a good way to put it.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for. It's going to find robust.
So yeah, that's my first dislike.
Okay.
What's your second?
My second, like, there again, I put 1 and 2 together by mistake. So there you go. My second / third dislike is the fact that Turles is literally just a copy of Goku, just with darker hair and darker skin and a villain. Not to be confused with the character in Dragon Ball Super.
He's like an evil me.
Yeah.
But he doesn't have a goatee. I'm going to imagine him with one.
Good.
So evil.
Mirrorverse universe kind of thing.
It's fun.
But it's just more like, okay, he's a carbon copy. Like, oh, yeah, not a carbon copy. He's just more, he looks like Goku because that's what they did. They literally just copied Goku, made him slightly different, put him in like Vegeta like armor, changed that up slightly.
Yeah, gave him Saiyan armor.
Gave him
he's Goku in Saiyan armor.
Yeah, pretty much just darker and be like, oh, I'm a villain. Oh, I want to do this. And like in the movie, let me if you can help me with this. Does the fact to be like, is there any mention in the film where Turles mentions having allegiance to, you know, the Saiyan race or anything like that, or is he just like he's a rogue agent?
To my knowledge, they never actually say who Turles is actually working for.
Yeah.
Bear in mind, when this movie was coming out, they had barely Toriyama had barely come up with Frieza,
right?
And the idea that the Saiyans were working for them. The entire reason Raditz came back to Earth to get Goku to help him, Nappa and Vegeta, was because they were spying and selling planets.
Fair.
They were helping to buy and sell, but the fact that they were buying and selling planets for Frieza did not get really fully rounded out until probably long into this movie's production. So the assumption probably is he's working with the Saiyans, but then I do think by this point, by the time this movie was written, we knew the planet got blown up. In fact, I'm 90% certain when Raditz shows up in like episode 2 of Dragon Ball Z, and he's giving the backstory, he does say that their planet was destroyed and that Goku, Raditz, and the other 2 were the only 4 Saiyans left that he knew about.
Right.
So there is at least some measurement that maybe Turles was another Saiyan that survived and maybe is still working for Frieza because Vegeta was technically still working for Frieza.
Right.
It's not really gone into, and I can see how Raditz being technically a low-class warrior of Nappa and Vegeta would not have given him the respect enough to assume that he could be trusted with that kind of knowledge, that there was maybe 1 or 2 other Saiyans. I am rationalizing a lot here.
Okay, so here's
because I think even Vegeta later on, but at the same time, this movie's not canon, and we don't even know how it fits into what the quote unquote alternate universe of the movies. So
yes. So here's my theory. Here's my theory of the fact of Turles. I want to call him Raditz because he's literally just a Raditz clone that looks like Goku.
Yeah.
To me, I think he's more because he has his own agency, be like he's trying to become the world, like literally the world's strongest, or he's trying to take over the universe. He's got this.
Yeah, he's definitely got that kind of vibe.
Yeah, kind of vibe, but I think he's more of a lone agent. He's a rogue agent from, you know, the Frieza Force or whatever.
It's like he's starting his own evil empire.
Yeah,
and right now he's only got about 6 people.
That's what it sounds like. Be like he found this tree of might and he's going to grow it on Earth, and be like he comes to recruit Goku very similar to what
Yeah.
Raditz did. But I think it's just more like he doesn't have that agency for like Frieza or the Frieza Force or whatever.
Yeah, he doesn't have that kind of allegiance.
No, like again, he's a rogue agent, but like he's a pirate in a way, as some dubs called him.
Yeah.
But be like, I think he's a lone agent. He's a lone agent doing his own thing, and he's a villain to be a villain. I want to destroy the world. I want to gain power, and he winds up getting destroyed. But the very thing he brought, was going to bring him power.
At the same time, while I'm agreeing with you, I want to point out that Toei probably had not put that much thought into the character.
No.
Their thought was he's an evil Goku. That means he has to be killed.
Yeah. So just be like,
who he's working for doesn't matter.
Yeah. But based on what the movie gives us information wise, that's what I deduce from it.
Yeah.
So that's again, he's a Raditz Goku clone.
Pretty much.
That wants to numb on fruit and become powerful. Kind of like, what was the One Piece pirate guy?
Monkey D. Luffy did eat the gum fruit that gave him stretchy powers, and now he can't swim.
Right. But or.
And
that's the first thing I thought of.
And those devil fruit things are like the initial power up for most of the pirates in One Piece. I haven't gotten very far in that show, so
either.
Don't get me lying.
Either or. That's the first thing that popped in my head was Luffy.
I mean, the primary thing I remember about One Piece is the 4Kids rap.
Oh gosh, that's the first thing I think of too. But anyways, we don't have to go there.
So for One Piece,
never mind. We like we get into a song and then he just turns into a karaoke machine. Either or.
And my second dislike for this film is Turles.
Okay.
I know he was also one of my likes because he was a competent villain.
Yes.
And I base that solely on he was probably the most successful villain I think the movies have that's not just overpowered horribly. And because there's not, when you're overpowered, you don't have to think.
Right.
That's the thing. He's not overpowered even when he eats the fruit. So he does have a plan, and that's why I call him competent, and that's why I like about him. What I don't like about him is that he's evil Goku.
True.
He's literally what would happen if Goku had not fallen out of Grandpa Gohan's basket and hit his head and had all the quote-unquote evil Saiyan knocked out of him.
Gotcha.
That is the entire reason he exists.
Exactly.
It was no more thought was put into this character than evil Goku.
Yeah.
And the sad part is we're going to get evil Goku later and done far better.
Fair.
So yeah, evil Goku, and the reason it's done far better is it's not even technically Goku. Spoiler alert.
Fair.
But yeah, I hate the fact that Turles, our main villain, his entire thing is he's evil Goku. And and I hate the fact that he is the one that tries to rob Gohan the most of his childhood. So yeah, Turles is evil Goku. I hate it. Let's move on. What's your third dislike?
My third dislike would be, again, I think this is more of a nitpick, but so if you know Dragon Ball, you know Dragon Ball Z, whatever. Like whenever something comes up, it's like, oh, let's summon Shinra. Let's get the Dragon Balls. They're like, if you're Bulma, you just want to be young forever, whatever. Or you're Oolong, you want panties. Everybody else would be like, I want.
Bulma's first wish that she wanted was a boyfriend, and she technically got it twice.
Okay.
Yamcha and Vegeta.
Okay.
And she never actually had to wish on the Dragon Balls for that. Later on, all her wishes for the Dragon Balls was make me look younger, but don't make it obviously that I'm younger.
That's where I'm going.
Much like how Frieza only wants 5 inches of height, so it's not obvious he's using different methods to get bigger, taller.
Yes. So
again, weirdest moment in any Dragon Ball film.
That is weird. Resurrection F is weird.
Oh, it wasn't Resurrection F. That was Broly.
That was Broly.
That was the whole reason Frieza wanted the Dragon Balls in that movie.
That was right, because he wanted 5 inches.
He wanted to go 5 inches taller.
So he wanted to pull a Bulma.
That was the joke.
A modern Bulma.
That was the freaking joke.
Yeah.
Like, oh my word.
Again, this is a nitpick, kind of the abuse, air quotes, abuse of the Dragon Balls that most of them happens. It's like, oh, we need to resurrect our friends or whatever.
Yeah.
So we have this forest fire, which happens, which later we realize, oh, it was started by a probe or whatever. And it'd be
a reject from the far side of the galaxy. I swear it looks like they based it off of an old sci-fi robot.
Or The Empire Strikes Back.
I think they
that's what I thought.
I think they both stole it from an older sci-fi movie.
Possibly.
Because I remember this kind of or sci-fi TV shows. I remember this old movie that had this probe thing in it.
Right.
Which is like a spider, upside down spider where the eye was hanging down underneath it. I know I've seen that in another sci-fi movie besides Star Wars.
Probably.
But either way.
Probably. So the problem, I'd be like, again, this is a nitpick. The fact that the forest is burned down, like, in the movie, they claim the entire forest was burned down. I highly doubt the entire forest was burned down because how quickly they were able to suppress the fire, what have you, save all the animals. And they wanted to gather the Dragon Balls to rebuild this population of the or regrow or instantly regrow this part of the forest. Because in the movie, they say it's an entire movie, but due to their swiftness, they are able to put the fire out fairly quickly. So I don't think it was the entire forest. And so they burn a wish literally to regrow an entire forest for their forest friends can have a place to live.
You say they put the fire out quickly, and I will grant you they put it out in one night. It didn't burn for 5 days. That is putting a forest fire out quickly.
Incredibly fast.
I will grant you that. At the same time, I think you might be reading too much into, it's only part of the forest because there's no way you're putting logic to this. It's Dragon Ball Z. There's not that much logic.
Again, this is a nitpick. It'd be like,
yeah.
Because like in the time frame we are given, our characters are able to put out the fire in a nightfall.
Good night. So within a weekend, here's what happens. The forest burns down. They get it put out. They go and find all 7 Dragon Balls in an opening montage, and then get the dragon, wish him back, wish the forest back, and then go home. And Chi-Chi starts yelling at Gohan because he brought a dragon home. Yeah. It happens in the course of a weekend.
Because like what? Over the course of in the series, it takes them how long to find Dragon Balls?
Sometimes whole seasons.
Yeah. And over the course of the weekend, they find 7.
To quote Gohan in Christmas Tree of Might, it's amazing how easier this got over time.
You're not kidding.
Of course, I like how they explain the forest fire in that one. Oolong, I thought you were watching the campfire. I was. It was beautiful.
My gosh.
I find that funnier.
Yeah. So either or, I just find it just again, you're applying logic to a Dragon Ball Z movie, but at the same time, it's like it burned the entire forest down. Okay. And then you spent a day finding the Dragon Balls and then summoning Shenron to restore the forest. I'm thinking in the back of my head, one, that wouldn't have happened. Again, I'm applying logic to a Dragon Ball Z movie. It's just more like that makes no sense and a waste of a trip because the forest is going to regrow. Just let it grow back.
Okay.
But again,
your problem is they wasted a wish on regrowing the forest
because they wanted their forest animals to have their home back. Animals can repopulate other areas, right?
I'm aware of
this. They're animals.
That is not the point.
Oh, I know.
The point is they needed a cool way to open the film and having a montage of them collecting the Dragon Balls to wish back a forest so that you have a good excuse why Goku and the gang don't just use the Dragon Balls to wish the tree away.
That is true. I agree. But here's
that is the whole reason for that opening scene.
Hold on. The fact that they're able to round up all 7 Dragon Balls in a weekend.
Yeah,
or mind you, maybe even half a weekend. I'll give them half.
They really looks like they do it in a day.
They literally do it in a day.
That long.
Yes. So the fact to be your argument is so they can't use it to destroy the tree. If they can find these balls in a weekend,
that is the reason the writers did it.
Yeah, I know, but it makes no sense if you can find the balls in a half a weekend, and then this big thing shows up. Why don't you just go and do the exact same thing? Go track them down, and
I have your answer, sir.
Just let me finish my argument. Be like, why don't you be like, that's the plot of the story. I get it. That's what they're doing. But at the same time, it's okay. You just set up, they can find the Dragon Balls in half a weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's like, oh my gosh, let's forget about the Dragon Balls for this one. Go find the stupid Dragon Balls, which is stupid thing of light, period. But no, they don't do that.
Let me tell you why they can't.
Okay.
Way
It's
back in the original saga of Dragon Ball Z, literally episode numero uno. It is revealed, actually it may not be episode 1, but it's definitely in that first saga. It is revealed that it takes a year for the Dragon Balls to recharge. In that year, they appear as rocks. Smooth rocks that are indistinguishable from all other rocks. So they do this in one weekend, and then literally a week later at most,
right,
the Tree of Might shows up. They can't use the Dragon Balls. They're recharging.
Okay, fair enough.
And that's not me pulling that out of my butt.
I'm aware you're pulling from lore. I get it.
I am pulling from lore, and that is the reason in lore why they can't do it. I get why you're saying that would make it so much easier. And that's why I say,
and I agree, that's the plot of the story. I get it.
That's the entire reason they wrote that into the opening, was so that they could not use Dragon Ball Ex Machina to win the day.
But they use Goku as a Ex Machina.
Well, Goku Ex Machina makes sense. He's the hero of the story. Yeah. He's going to kick butt, save the day, all that jazz.
Yeah. So, even though I have not seen this film yet, I know in one film Goku is no longer with the characters, and then he pulls a Deus Ex Machina and literally forces himself into the story to fight the villain.
I don't even remember which film this is. So
yeah, I don't remember what it was either. But he literally,
I have never gone past Broly.
That's fair. But overall, be like, I'd be like, not even the Dragon Ball thing. It was more like, okay, you literally like, okay, we need to reestablish the forest, and then that forest gets wiped out in the same film.
I know.
So you literally
it's a waste of a wish.
Wasted a wish.
It's a waste of a wish. I grant you. But at the same time, the writers.
That's why GT was there.
I can't help you, sir, because what
I am happy to know when I say that.
What you want me to come up with is an excuse as to why it wasn't just the plot needed it to happen. I can't help you. The plot needed them not to be able to use the Dragon Balls.
Again,
that's why it's happening.
Again, it's a nitpick, and I know it's not the plot, but at the same time, I'm like, really? That's your whole thing, and it takes an entire season to go find Dragon Balls, and you can find it in one weekend or half a weekend? I highly doubt that, but the plot demanded it, so it happened.
I mean, they've gathered the Dragon Balls faster in official media. So I can't complain too much.
Again, either or.
And if the Akira Toriyama bits, they've gotten the Dragon Balls back faster than that.
Okay.
Mr. Popo can find it in a day if you give him time.
Well, he's Mr. Popo.
He's Mr. Popo.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Either or.
My third dislike for this film. It comes back to a nitpick I had with this one last week.
Okay.
And last week it was a little bit worse because I also mentioned a second song that we did not get that they kind of edited out and just had an instrumental there. Fair. Because they did not have the I Love You, Mr. Piccolo song translated into English last week.
Okay.
But both this film and the last film, I'm assuming a rights issue, they replaced Chala Head Chala with random U.S. instrumental by Faulkner. Can't think of Faulkner's first name. Anyway, they replaced the music with an instrumental. And
Wait a minute, this was a Faulkner score?
Well, no, it wasn't a Faulkner, but the whole thing
opening
wasn't
was
a
a
Faulkner score.
Oh, okay.
But the actual quote unquote Dragon Ball movie theme that Funimation used,
that's right, yeah,
is Faulkner.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
But the other one, I think I said, I mentioned earlier that the guy who did the music for this one was, if I can find it, Nathan Johnson.
Okay,
don't know who he is, but Nathan Johnson.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I know the theme song.
Yeah,
they could have had Chala Head Chala, the original Dragon Ball Z theme song. They could have.
They could have,
and we don't have it because
either
didn't have the rights. Not how the U.S. market had worked at the time.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to make another dub and don't want to pay more licensing fees for a song that they've only ever had in the English media one time, which was at the end of Battle of Gods. It's the only time we've had Chala Head Chala as a theme in this. It's annoying to me because I watch it and go, I can see how this is timed with Chala Head Chala. I can see the timing there, but I'm hearing
it doesn't fit.
It doesn't fit, and it bugs the crap out of me.
Okay,
but it's also a nitpick because it doesn't matter. Because
that was like my third, fourth. It'd be like it's a nitpick.
I literally I could just grab my controller here and go bloop. Japanese score for the theme song. Oh, theme song's done. Back to English dub. I could literally do that. No problem whatsoever.
Right.
But it's a nitpick. It's one of those things that bugs me because as I've gotten older, as much as I like Bruce Faulkner.
Okay.
As much as I do kind of want to go back and listen to the Bruce Faulkner score if I ever go back to watch DBZ again, I also like the Japanese version music. I like both. So
what you're saying is a personal preference.
It's a personal preference.
Fair.
If I'm going to be listening to the Japanese music, which I did in this dub because that's how this one is set up. Unlike last week with this wasn't the Japanese music because this is the Nathan Johnson score.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, can we anyway? I get annoyed that obviously it's one thing when it's just background music that things are not timed with.
Fair.
Versus a song that animation is timed with. Now, granted, you listen to Chala Head Chala with the actual Dragon Ball Z opening like we would have had last week. There's still stuff that doesn't match up, and that bugs me too.
Okay.
And that's not anyone in the West's fault. That is literally in the Japanese version, and it bugs me. But either way, blah.
Let's get into our score.
We need to rate these things.
Yeah. What are you rating it?
I'm rating it a 6.5.
Oh, okay.
I still think this is a fun little film. It's not the best. Some other Dragon Ball Z films are going to be rated worse than this because of their stupidity. And I don't even think that's going to be Broly, for being honest, because there's other aspects of that, but c'est la vie. I'm giving it 6.5 because, it's a stupid story. But the fighting, I think, is at its best here. Fair. When you're comparing this to the others, I mean, like this is the one that still has the best combat, actual visual combat, until you get to Battle of Gods.
Fair.
Because after this, we start getting too much into the transformation stuff, the Super Saiyan Ex Machina, and a lot of times where, there's good, cool fights and all, and energy attacks, but it starts wearing on you the farther these movies go. And I will tell you the reason why I have never watched past Broly in the original Dragon Ball Z films is because by the time I got to Broly, I was getting tired of the same formula. This one in this movie is the start of that formula.
Fair.
So yes, 6.5. It's of the formula, this is the best one. If just because of how it handles the fights, but the fights are going to get blah later on. So
Fair.
what are your thoughts?
I'm giving it a 5.5, but it's somewhere between that and a 6.
Mm-hmm.
It's got good animation. It's got, good character interaction. There's some to the earlier films, where in latter films it just becomes like you're a background character, you're nothing.
Mm-hmm.
But there are like plot problems, and our villain is literally I'd be like, from your arguments, I kind of agree with you that his overall plan is good, and he does wind up being the snot at everybody until Goku pulls a Goku and beats him.
Yeah, because Goku's got to win by the end.
Yeah, exactly. But I think it's just there's little things here and there that kind of holds it back as a film. I really didn't overall really enjoy it. There's parts about it I enjoy, but overall I really didn't really enjoy this, because we go from what we watched for the first couple of weeks in Dragon Warrior for 2026,
where we had goofy plots but varied plots.
Yeah, varied plots that were funny and made you laugh, to a point where it's like, oh, we're dead serious, and you go into the more fighty fight, dead serious kind of films.
When it becomes more about punch, kick, Kamehameha, Kaioken times 10.
Exactly.
Unless we got to stop this evil vizier from taking over Emperor Chaozu's throne.
Right.
And you're just looking like, what?
But there are parts that I did enjoy, others I didn't.
Yeah.
But overall, it's a 5.5, somewhere between that and a 6. So with that said, let's get into
next week.
Next week,
we are celebrating something very important, because this was our last episode of our 6th year, which means next week it's our 7th year anniversary.
Yeah.
So this Friday we're going to be kicking back, having fun, talking about what we liked this year, what we didn't like this year, the good, the bad,
the upcoming,
because we got stuff coming.
Yeah.
We're gonna do that.
Upcoming projects, whatever.
Upcoming projects. It's kind of our state of the podcast.
Yeah.
Except it's a celebration, and we're gonna talk. And as always, we're gonna be talking about what upcoming animated movies we're looking forward to watching in theaters.
That is true.
Which is always fun, even though I think some movies have made that upcoming movie list a couple of times now.
Yeah.
And then we never went to go do a reaction for it because scheduling.
Yeah.
But because scheduling is always fun when at this age.
Yeah.
So,
I think in this period of time where you're busy.
Oh yeah. Especially when a lot of movies come out at Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
We're coming out of Thanksgiving movies. We can't schedule anything between Thanksgiving and Christmas. We barely got what reactions in the past we have. Sonic 3. And there was something last year. No, that wasn't a reaction. That was us going to go see Boy and the Heron.
Yeah, Boy and the Heron, yeah.
Yeah. But beside the point,
yes.
We will get to that all again next week, this Friday. On the other side of these bumpers that we are about to play, we are finally finishing Outlaw Star.
Thank you.
The most, what's the word I'm looking for?
Irritating?
Not irritating, more of a disappointing.
Yes.
The most disappointing one of these TASs we've done, because I think we were both looking forward to it when it started.
Yes, agreed.
And now we can't wait for it to end.
To Outlaw Star started off really strong, and then it just became okay.
We're just running out at the end.
Yeah, it petered out, and it had to finish.
But
and
we'll get there here in just a second.
Yes.
This podcast is a proud member of Culture Box. Whether you enjoy geeky reviews, comedy, or original fiction, you can open up the Culture Box and find something excellent for your soul. Point your web browser to culturebox.media.
This week, we suggest checking out the Monster Island Film Vault. Hey, kaiju lovers, looking for a podcast that's a fun listen and takes big monsters seriously? like Icarus, then check out the Monster Island Film Vault, a podcast seeking entertainment and enlightenment through tokusatsu. Host and film curator Nate Marchand and his rotating roster of guest hosts take academic yet fun deep dives into the wild world of giant monster films and TV, discussing their artistic merits, or lack thereof, and their historical and cultural context, giving you a greater appreciation for an underappreciated genre. You'll hear about Godzilla, King Kong, Gamera, and more, while also getting a crash course in toku topics ranging from history to sociology to science. Along the way, you'll hear an audio drama segments chronicling Nate's many misadventures on Monster Island with a colorful cast of characters like his intrepid producer Jimmy from NASA. So pay a visit to the Monster Island Film Vault at monsterislandfilmvault.com. The Cellcast would also like to thank the following patrons: the Monster Island Film Vault,
Thanks, Nate.
PaulJPowers.com, Artsy Steph, and Edwin Gonzalez. If you would like to have your name shouted out on the show, some special art from Jacob, uncut episodes, and a future project, you can donate to us at the $5 level, or for an additional $5, we still have one slot available for our 2026 patron picks. So please go and buy that slot, somebody. Or Marchand will force us to watch something against our will.
Yeah.
Except we still reserve the right to say no.
Yes. Nate.
And bear in mind, we did say yes to the Star Wars holiday special.
Thanks, Nate.
But yeah, go and do that. Go to our Redbubble store where you can buy stickers like this one on my cup, or t-shirts like this one I'm wearing. This is the only way I know how to promote this stuff, guys.
That's fair.
Go and go to our Redbubble store, search for the Cellcast, and go buy stuff. Support us that way. If you can't support us monetarily, please get our name out there. Share us with your friends. Share us with your enemies. We don't care who you share us with. Just share us out there so we can grow the community and have fun talking about the cartoons and anime and all that kind of good stuff that we all love.
Yes.
So please go do that. Please support Jacob on his Lycan artist stuff, both the streams and the socials. Go hang out with him there. He's we're doing a lot of good artwork over there. His Facebook Messenger community is doing gangbusters from what I can see. Or at least there always seems to be like once an hour somebody commenting on over there.
Yeah.
But go support him over there. Come join me on Tuesday nights. Well, most Tuesday nights. This Tuesday night apparently. We switched this. We switched this with last week because of weather. But where I'm playing Final Fantasy 14 on stream and going through that because I want to relive Final Fantasy 14. And
that is fair.
Some of these quests I don't remember.
Fair.
I don't remember how all this turns out. I just know later on we're, killing gods and such. And right now I'm delivering snacks. So yeah, come watch me deliver snacks, including swords to the face. Over on our normal streaming channels for Final Fantasy 14. Yeah.
All right. So before we go into that little sneak peek for our audience, really quick, we did talk about the Monster Island Film Vault. And
we do have an episode with them airing soon.
We do. And I also have a secret project that I've been doing with Nate. And so that's coming up fairly quick. I can't say a lot about it. Nate's doing a new project with something to do with some guy who transforms.
That narrows it down.
All new, like his own stuff.
Yeah.
And I have a hand in it. So I can't say a lot, but it's something coming out. He sent me the artwork for the cover. And there again, I can't say a lot about it. But that's coming out fairly soon. So go support Nate over there and you'll see what happens.
Indeed.
So that's a little teaser for what's coming up.
Welcome to the future.
But the future is in the past. Especially after tonight.
Yes.
I'll make them wish they'd never been born. A quick draw is the best defense. Be personal, but I'm here to kill you. And your wits are all you can count on.
Can I just give a quick shout out to the marketing team at Cartoon Network for this Toonami segment? Because they do an excellent job of hyping these shows.
Oh, yeah, you're not kidding. You are not kidding. And plus, be like Peter Cullen as your narrator.
Oh, yeah.
Just money right there. Money.
Utilizing the latest technology, a living starship has been built with the power to find the galactic ley line.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, all systems green.
By twist of fate, it has fallen into the hands of an outlaw. An
Kind
outlaw
of.
named
Yeah,
Star
he's not an
Red.
outlaw. Really?
He's not even a Robin Hood.
No, he's not. It'd be like.
We'll get to it.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Together with his crew of bounty hunters, he'll take
They're not bounty hunters. Well, they are.
No, they're not.
No, they're not.
Technically, Gene's a bounty hunter, but
Technically.
Star. Weekdays at 5:30. Time to roll the dice. All playing to mommy.
So
funny story.
okay, go ahead.
I went to start this. I watched these episodes last Friday
Mm,
before we postponed the episode.
yes, fair.
I go to turn my, and I still had the disc in from the week before.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm turning the player on, and it starts in the middle of an episode. Go ahead. Wait, what? Why is this in the middle of an episode? Did it start weird? Come to find out, I had shut last week's episode off 5 minutes before the episode finished. So I actually had to watch a little more this week.
Oh, okay.
So because I did not see who all got sucked into the galactic ley line at the end of that episode.
Gotcha.
So fun times.
So two things. One, I would like you to bring up Jake's comment real fast, if you would.
Yoink.
All right. So yes, be like, do you like it? Do you like what's going on? There again, I can't say a lot publicly. So yeah, be like, it does look great. I'll probably show Drew in a few minutes.
I've already seen it.
Okay, you've already seen it. Never mind. Never mind. But like, yeah, that's a fun little project I'm doing with Nate. And there again, can't say a lot publicly, but yeah. So yeah, let's get into the penultimate and the finale of Outlaw Star.
Maze of Despair.
Oh, brother.
That's defines this whole show for the
You're
past,
not
for
kidding.
the past 8 episodes.
More than that.
It feels like it's only been 8, but you know what I mean.
Right.
Written by, of course, Hajime Yatate and directed by Mitsuru Hongo.
Right.
In this episode, Gene is separated from the others as he races to find Melfina before either Hazanko or the McDougal brothers can find her. Suzuka and Aisha square off against 2 of the remaining members of the Anton 7 that accompanied Hanzako into the ley line. And that's all I got.
Yeah.
First thing I have against this. Why do we still have more than just Hanzako left of the Anton 7? You had enough episodes to make it a enemy of the week show and actually push the thing on that. No, we still have 4 Anton 7 members at the start of this thing.
Mm-hmm.
And 3 of them die in this episode.
Yeah.
And we just are left with Hanzako.
Yeah.
A villain I don't give 2 flying craps about because they haven't gone into who the frick this guy actually is. Other than he's the leader of the Anton 7. That's all we know.
He's the leader of the Anton 7. He wants to take over this clan. And
he wants to take over the pirate from the K pirates.
And he wants the most powerful being in the universe.
Right. It's like, okay, why have you not come up significantly before these last 2-3 episodes? Because he was in the last episode too.
Yes, he was.
Why has he not been an important character until right now? I know this is only a 24 episode show, but the way this show is set up, he should have been just as he should have been showing up as often as the McDougal brothers were showing up, and the McDougal brothers should have been showing up a lot more.
Yes, because from my opinion, this show be like they had a good start with what they were doing, and then they went on this rabbit trail of like, oh, let's do all these great adventures, forget about the plot, and then come back to the plot at the very end of the movie, in the TV show.
From the moment they picked up the Outlaw Star until this episode, what they should have been doing the entire time, every episode should have been focused on this one thing: finding the blankety blank galactic ley line. Most of the episodes between those 2 parts have nothing to do with that. Don't even tangentially connect to that. We get a couple things with the space race because that does introduce characters. It does have a thing with the McDougal brothers. But even after that, it just goes, we're here on K Pirate Planet number 23, when I can't remember the name of the planet.
Right.
I also don't care about the name of the planet.
Yeah.
So don't go correcting me. And we just kind of hang out here while what's his face? Gene.
Yeah, Gene.
While Gene just fiddle farts around trying to get jobs so they can get money and having to borrow more money from Fred Lowe because we got to bring this goober back up continually. I hate Fred Lowe, and it's not because of the fact that he's gay. I'm sorry. I just hate Fred Lowe because he's an annoying character.
True.
So yeah. And it's like, why is not from the beginning it not just a search for the galactic ley line? Every episode should have either been trying to find clues and either succeeding or failing. That's what every episode should have been about. You can still bring in all the little side adventures that happen during those episodes, but they leave out the search for the galactic ley line for so many episodes until the McDougal brothers show up and nearly kill and do other things to Malfina in the digital world. And then it's like, whoa, we can't fiddle fart around anymore. We've got to go find the galactic ley line now. Hey, Fred, can you give us money to go find the galactic ley line? Yeah, if you punch out the woman who wants to marry me.
Right. But so my theory is they didn't have enough plot or like the full fleshed out story yet. So they had to put in a lot of filler. So you have this very cool opening, a lot of filler in between, and then we had to, oh my gosh, we're at the end of our story, so we have to condense everything down into basically 3.5 episodes.
Yeah.
Am I right?
You know what it feels like? Because I've run into this before with some anime, especially from this era.
Yeah.
What it feels like is the manga was doing a slow burn. The anime was not making enough money to follow the slow burn.
Right.
So at the last minute, they go, oh, we need to make a left turn and complete the story because we now know we're not going to be able to make anything past episode number 24 or whatever.
Fair.
It was, they had just enough time to quickly finish their story and work all this in, but the manga still was going to go on for a little while longer.
Right.
It could be that, I've not looked up the manga. I know there is one. It could be that the manga goes another 5 or 6, 8 chapters of what they were doing and then kind of goes this way, and maybe it does better with the Anton 7, because at least all of the Anton 7 look like they're fully well thought out, even though 4 of them we don't really get anything with.
Right.
It just feels like they were following the manga. They realized they had to end it quick, and they tried to shoehorn everything else into the last 6 episodes.
Yes.
But they couldn't go just straight to the galactic ley line. No, we've got to hit do. And still at that point, oh yeah, we got the Anton 7 coming up. Who are they? I don't know. I still don't know why did the Anton 7 start following them again? I don't remember.
Well, what I understand, it was
I thought somebody hired them.
Yeah, the K Pirates did.
The K Pirates.
Yeah, I think either they were part of the K Pirates or they're hired by the K Pirates.
That was
because they're all the same character design.
Right.
But I think it's like they were hired, but again, they didn't know how to utilize their story enough. And so they had to build the plot out with just random episodes of adventures that these characters are doing.
To the point where we had Anton 7 characters pop up. And the only reason we know they were Anton 7 is when I did the research and was writing it down. Someone said, oh, this is a character from the Anton 7.
Yeah.
The girl with the cats that was Jim's girlfriend, that was Jim's girlfriend, is one of these deadly mercenaries. What in the episode told you that?
Doesn't.
You only know that if you were watching when they introduced the Anton 7 and they were going over each of the silhouettes and you happened to see the one girl with 2 cats.
Yeah.
How are we supposed to know the cats were intelligent enough in their little space pods to pilot their own little arm ships? And I still don't know the 4 that were left, including Hanzako, the main one, still don't even know who they are supposed to be. I know what the show tells us, but it's not enough to go off of.
Right.
Feels very much like we don't think the McDougal brothers can carry being villains. It's like, well, they can if y'all would actually put work into them.
Yeah, they dropped the ball a lot in this series.
And it's disappointing because I remember when I was a kid, I say kid, in high school, watching this show after I come home from a long night, marching up and down a football field, carrying a tuba. And this show came on, and I remember enjoying it, never getting to watch it in order. And I will say, if I ever go back to watch the show, I'm never watching it from episode 1 to the final. I'm just going to pick a random episode in the middle and enjoy the standalone episode that it is, because that's the only way to enjoy the show for me now.
Fair.
Because as a comprehensive story, it's garbage.
Okay. So I get your point. So let's get into the last 2 episodes where we can finish this up solid.
Oh, I was already on Maze of Despair there.
Okay.
Because that's like 9/10 of my problem. I still don't know who Hanzako is. I don't know. We're doing all this back and forth in the thing. And you've got, granted, I'm not remembering which events happened in which episode, but you've got the McDougal brothers going down there, and somehow Harry got this new body that Khan gave him, Gwen Khan gave him, and Gwen Khan is just still, I still don't even know what his deal is, other than he wants knowledge.
And he created the XBG.
And created the XGP to go do that. But can't get himself onto Gene Starwin ship because they don't understand what he wants. So that's when he goes and transforms Harry McDougal into a male version of Melfina to go find the Galactic Ley Line. Except I don't think Harry McDougal could have worked with the main computer, for lack of a better term, the way Melfina is able to, because she was the maiden of the ley line. And I am bucking into the last episode here at this point. What are your thoughts? I'm kind of rambling at this point.
You're fine. The fact that it's like, okay, we have the Intent 7. They have to conclude that within this episode. And again, this series is so poorly paced. And then it's Gene and Gene and Jim meet up before he goes into the ley line, or the main portion of the ley line. It's more, we need to do this as a team. And it's like, when the very small points where we actually work as a team,
it doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
That's why
none of it works.
That's why Gene sends them all back to the starship so he can go into save Melfina by himself.
Yeah, he can be the lone
next
hero.
episode. In fact, before we finish this, because we're both bouncing into that last episode, let me go ahead and read that information. Return to Space, written by Hajime Itate and directed by Mitsuru Hongo. In this episode, Gene comes to terms with his feelings for Melfina. Gene, Melfina, and the other crew members of the Outlaw Star come together to defeat Hanzako, now powered by the ley line, though through his wish for power. The aftermath of Hanzako's defeat sees Jim, Melfina, and Gene return to Sentinel-3, surprise, surprise, and the group go their separate ways, only to be reunified with the Outlaw Star breaks down in the middle of space. Trigger for this episode, Takahiko Ito and Morningstar Studios, the creators of the original manga, planned to continue Outlaw Star with the sequel Sword of Wind. However, production of the series never began.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. So fun fact about this, not this episode, but the last episode I mentioned a minute ago.
Yeah.
But when on Saturday, because I knew we had to postpone the episode, I watched earlier that morning around noon. And that's when the power went out in my apartment. So I had to start over that episode. So just a fun fact.
Right.
So kind of like Drew earlier. But yeah, so what do you think about this last episode? Is it just more nonsense?
I have a question.
Okay.
And granted, it does devolve into nonsense because
it does.
Gene enters the Galactic Ley Line where Melfina is. They figure something out, but apparently everybody's getting their wish because Fred Khan dissolves into the Matrix. Kanzako, wanting power, gets transmogrified into a starship. And then Melfina and Gene transport back to the Outlaw Star somehow. And they somehow defeat Hanzako. Why did Gene's hair change from his standard thing to being grown-up version of him as a kid for the last half of this episode?
Because he was in jail and they cut his hair.
That's it?
That's it.
That was stupid.
Oh, agreed. It's just
because
like,
I looked at it and went, why did y'all do that? Because he doesn't look right for the last half of this episode.
His character design, again, I have a nitpick about this series. They can't stay on model. They change their character designs all the time.
Right.
And
but
so-
at least they look like there's still elements in all the character designs that match up. Yeah, there's sometimes
Stylistically, they change.
styles change. But I
Ugh,
mean,
I hate that.
Gene still has the same hairstyle. He still wears the same types of clothes, along with all the other characters wear the same stuff.
Right.
Then you get to this last episode, and Gene gets locked up in jail, and then looks like he did when he was 12
Yeah,
for the last bit of the show.
that's true.
I think they even recolored the Outlaw Star at the end. No, it was red.
No, it was red. It was red.
Just looked. By the time they transported back into the Outlaw Star, I was like, okay, just finish this up, guys.
So where I was going with this.
Sorry.
So all of our characters get their wish, but like we get this kind of a squeezed in thing of like Melfina and Gene.
Yes, because Gene's in love with Melfina.
Yeah, all of a sudden.
Surprise, that she was the love interest. I couldn't have guessed that when she was naked in the suitcase in the second episode.
That's true. So we get that plot. Like even Gene tells Jim in the previous episode, it's, oh yeah, I'm gonna come back with all the treasures. He comes back with his treasure.
Because there's no other treasure.
There is no other treasure. But you'd be like, you have where the crazy doctor gets enlightenments, everything, and be like Drew stated, he gets absorbed into the Matrix
Or whatever.
whatever.
Thing is.
The McDougalls. The McDougalls is literally okay.
They get nothing because they die before they get there.
No. It's
Harry actually ends up helping Gene.
Yeah, exactly.
To get all the way there because Harry realizes that Gene's the only one that can help Melfina.
Right. And so he leaves, or he's sent back to their ship with Harry, who's now a part of the piloting system of their ship.
No,
okay, whatever.
I understood.
I get that.
I understood that part because he actually was somehow he had backed himself up into the ship,
right? Fair.
Before he went off, and then that saved his brother. Somehow, there's so much in this episode. It's like, and this happens. Why? We don't care.
Yeah.
Not that we don't know. We don't care
because they're trying to finish.
We're trying to rush this episode out the door,
and so then you get this odd, weird fight with the grappler ship with the Outlaw Star, and of course, our main baddie's character. Of course, he has grapplers. Of course, he does.
Of course,
because in the course of this movie, course of this TV show, there it is told that grappler shoots are rare. And then why in the world is
every ship in this show is a grappler ship?
Every ship.
Ship.
When you establish that grappler ships are rare and most people don't have them, then why, like Drew said, every villain, every character they run into has a grappler for some reason. So it's like, okay,
including the space cats.
Including the space cats, where like even they show up at the Galactic Ley Line in the last episode and they literally do nothing.
I wasn't even referring.
Most powerful
I
empire.
wasn't even talking about the Kataro because we should bring up the Kataro.
Right.
I was talking about the girl for the Anton 7 and her with her cats. But yeah,
right.
The Kataro show up in the last episode to screw things up and show that Aisha's an idiot again. And Aisha's still wanting to work for the glory of the Empire. It's like they abandoned you after you couldn't catch
but she
Hot
had
Ice
to keep
Hilda.
In defense of Aisha, she was told she had to keep tabs on everything which she's doing,
right?
Because she's an officer.
But they didn't expect her to actually get anything done.
Yeah,
they just
they told her to stay put. She didn't stay put.
Oh,
blah blah blah.
We forgot about what to me is still one of the weirdest moments in this.
Okay,
when Twilight Suzuka faces off against Twilight Suzuka.
Oh yeah,
voiced by a man.
So that entire plot, that entire little subplot, is like, oh yeah,
it's like, this could have been a full episode and done well. But
yeah, true. That was be like, oh yeah, be like, I enjoyed killing your family. I'm like, And you're telling us this is now in the story? Really?
Like I said, it really does feel like they
Everything-
had to finish it fast.
They did. And so they just finished off of these plots. They finished up the Intent 7. They finished off our main baddie in 1.5 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
And like everybody gets what they wish. One of the guys, he disappears in the Matrix.
And one gets turned into a starship.
Yeah, one of them gets turned into a starship.
Because he
And
wants power.
He wants power.
It's like
The McDougal's just
the
good at they just take off because it's like, okay, I did this good thing, I'm gonna go leave. That's it.
McDougal's in this turn into the worst versions of Team Rocket.
You're not kidding.
Because every time they come up, annoy people, and looks like the McDougal brothers are blasting off again.
Yeah. Minus they're not getting kicked, they're just running. But either or, like we finally be like our main baddie's finally defeated, even though we really don't know who he is really. And then be like, we cut to how many months later our famous outlaw has been put in jail for his not paying
his fines.
Not paying his fines. He finally just paid his owe, so he's technically not an outlaw anymore.
He's never been okay.
Agreed. He's never been an outlaw. Agreed.
Our definition, by the actual definition of an outlaw, i.e., a thief or robber or someone who's against the government,
or the local magistrate or whatever,
or the magistrate, breaking the law for the good of people. If it was a Robin, if he was doing stuff like that, like a space Robin Hood,
yeah,
sure, call him an outlaw. I would work with that.
Yeah,
this guy has followed the law every chance he's got.
Oh yeah, you're not kidding.
Sure, he does. He doesn't pay his fines, but the law is written so that he can't break it.
Yeah.
So
he's not really an outlaw.
He's not an outlaw. Why do you keep? The only reason y'all are calling him an outlaw is he does what he wants and and he doesn't care what the government says. But that's not the definition of an outlaw.
Yeah. So yeah.
I half the time don't care what the government says because I don't like half the people who we vote to run our government.
Right.
That doesn't make me an outlaw.
That is true. But either way, be like Gene gets out of jail. He's got a new haircut. He's got a new style. And then we have this montage of what characters are doing. And then here's the thing.
It ends 4 times.
It ends 4 times. And the scene that just made me baffle. So we have the scene where Gene goes sees Melfina in the graveyard. And what Melfina describes as, it's like, this is for all the victims from the galactic ley line and everything. I'm like, what? That makes no sense.
A lot of this doesn't make any sense.
A lot of it makes no sense. And then you have, it's like, oh, okay, hey, come with me, blah, blah, blah. So now they're in love with each other. And so now they have to everybody goes their separate ways, and they they wind up being back on the Outlaw Star. And it's like, ends.
And then it keeps going.
And it keeps going.
And it keeps going. It's like, and then they break down in space. And
that's
surprise. Aisha and Suzuka have hitched a ride with the guy who fixes the ship in the middle of space because they forget the people they work for. We want to hang out with Gene and the crew. It's like, okay, I can kind of get that. I don't think you earned that scene, but I can understand that from a writing scene. And then there's another screen that pops up with a poem on screen.
Oh yeah.
And I'm going, credits. Play the credits. Be done.
Again, they could have set up all the
show me the space fantasy women and end.
Which never made any sense.
No, those ending songs never made any sense.
Or the imagery or nothing. It never made any sense.
Like, what does this have to do with Outlaw Star? I don't care, but they're pretty.
Okay, so here's the thing. I've always had the aesthetic, like artistic style, they would change throughout the entire, from episode to episode. The character designs would change. So here's my problem with it, is the fact that as an artist, if I did a comic book series, a web comic, whatever, characters have to stay on model. Because I know, if I change,
it's called sequential art for a reason.
Art. Yeah. So if I all of a sudden change character design or change their, aesthetic or whatever, I guarantee I would get backlash. Why did you change this? I understand it'd be like if you're a couple of years in and you like your art style has changed or whatever, but this is over the course of 24 episodes, and the art style itself changes at least 5 to 6 times, and it drove me nuts.
And a lot of times it was budgetary. You could tell it was budgetary.
Oh yeah, it was definitely budgetary.
None of it was an artistic choice. It was like, we don't have time to draw this the way we were drawing it in episode 1.
I wonder why.
It's like maybe if you rewrote this thing so you could actually pace it right in 24 episodes.
Exactly.
You could do it right.
Exactly.
I mean, that would still even include, in my way of thinking, the Hot Springs episode, because that actually had lore and plot in it that made sense, because it explained where the caster guns came from and why he had these sick weapons at the end, sick shots he could do at the end that cost him energy, but it was like, look at how easily it's taking these guys out. Those are cool. That was bringing my inner 12-year-old back and enjoying it. And the only reason we could get that was because he picked those things up on the Hot Springs planet.
Yes.
But there's so many other episodes in this that don't do anything. And it's like, this would only work if you had 5 more episodes to finish it properly and to make me care. But you should not have placed it that long in the first place. This should have been a tight 24 episodes for the story you're telling.
Yes.
Or you make it freaking long and you make it more an anthology show that happens to have plot that comes up every now and then.
Yeah.
Do one or the other. You're in the middle and it doesn't work.
Yeah, that's true. So again, our conclusion of a Dragon Ball Z, of a
Outlaw Star,
like it started strong and it ended very weakly.
It is, I would still say, by far the most disappointing
property
I
agree.
We have reviewed so far, not just in TAS, I think overall, because almost
really.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the
worse
thing.
than Leo the Lion.
No. Let me explain.
Okay.
Let me explain. By disappointing,
okay,
I mean we went in with expectations.
Yeah.
Of it being of a certain quality, and the longer it went, the more the quality dropped of what we were getting.
Story, everything.
And while we were strong going into it, we were wishing this episode would end. The show would end the farther we got into it. I can't think of another movie where we went in, or either one of us went in with an expectation at A, and it ended up that low at Z.
Yeah.
Be it movie, be it TV show, be it anything. Sure, we saw a lot of things that started at Z and stayed at Z, like Leo the Lion or the animated Titanic films, and so many other things of that ilk.
Right.
But that's not disappointing. We knew those were going to be bad.
Right.
This would be like if you went into, like, the only thing I can think of that's close,
right,
might be our reaction to Lightyear. Because I think we were both wanting that to be good.
Yeah.
And it wasn't.
Fair.
And I can't think, even the reactions done, we've gone in with expectations that were on point,
right,
except for that one. And there might be another one I'm not thinking of.
Right.
But this is the first thing that I think we went into where it started strong, like we said, but missed the mark the longer it went.
Fair.
And granted, I keep comparing the show to Neon Genesis Evangelion.
You do.
And I only am doing that because they are about the same length. And I have, as much as I am not a super big fan of Evangelion.
Fair.
I am happy that we have watched the whole thing, and I am willing to sit through the rebuild films. I have said that before. We are far enough out. Let's go ahead and get it done here. Probably maybe in November. I don't know.
Okay.
Just throwing that out there. But
Avember?
Ooh, Avember. I like that. So
look for the shirt in November.
Yeah, look for that shirt in November.
You're welcome, Nate.
You're welcome, Marchand. He has said he'll come on for some of those.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he did.
So, which means I've got to find a copy of the last one somewhere.
It's on Amazon.
Oh, I know it is, but it's also 4 hours long.
Oh yeah, it's 4 hours.
Anyway, I keep comparing it to that one because I was not looking forward to Evangelion going into it. Okay.
Fair.
And the reason is my expectation for Evangelion was that I was not going to like it. I had seen a couple episodes. I knew I could tell what the show was,
Mhm.
but I just never had a reason to finish it. And I was even regretting having never finished it up until we watched it and go all the way through it.
Fair.
I keep comparing this to that because in many ways, I think I even said in the first episode, this was my Evangelion.
You did.
And the reason I said that was because this was the first time I recognized that, because I hadn't even heard of Evangelion when I watched Outlaw Star.
Okay.
This was the first one where I really realized, and I paid attention, that you could have a good artistic show in anime and as an animation,
Mm-hmm.
which is what Evangelion did for a lot of people. I now regret saying that in the first episode because, yeah, I think they were trying a lot here, but they failed miserably.
Mm-hmm.
And the more I'm thinking about, the more I wish we had done maybe Cowboy Bebop, because that actually does what. Because I watched that around the same time. I was more into this simply due to the way my schedule landed.
Fair.
Because if I had caught more more Cowboy Bebop early on, which good night does this show really want to be?
It does.
I think even the intro to the transference into the Galactic Ley Line, I think they stole that footage from the light speed in Cowboy Bebop. But good night. I wanted this show to be better than it was. I had feelings and expectations and nostalgia that told me this show it was better than it ended up being. And when people tell you don't go back to watch shows you used to enjoy because they will disappoint you, I understand that now. Because that's what happened with me with this show.
Fair.
So, also, I now know why the TV kept going blank, because it just said the software update was applied.
Oh, that makes sense.
It was doing it while we were in the middle of the show, and that's what was it's still doing it. So maybe that's not what it was. I don't know.
Who knows?
Anyway, I think that's, unless you've got something else to add.
No, it's just like this was okay. We are finally done with this. There again, we did have this expectation here.
Yeah.
It was great.
And admittedly, I do think this show did for us what we wanted it to do, which was to be a palate cleanser before we go back to Batman the Animated Series, which we're doing in 2 weeks. And I will go look up what I'll mention that next week when we do the anniversary show, what our next 2 episodes are of Batman. Actually, I can go ahead and tell you it is Sideshow and a Bullet for Bullock, which we will do on February 6th. So join us for that, along with a movie we will announce next week.
Yes.
So you got anything to add before we cut out of here?
No, I'm glad we got done with Outlaw Star, going back to Batman, doing our...
And finishing Dragonwary.
Yes, finishing Dragonwary, going into our 7th season, doing an anniversary episode, and announcing a bunch of things we are planning to do.
Yes, so join us next week for announcements galore and celebrations out the door or whatever.
By the way, I haven't talked to you about this, but if you're listening to the stream right now, if you have any great memories of what we did over in season 6, and you want to share those with us, please let us know. Send us via messenger or whatever, private message us, and we could possibly read that over on Friday. So if you have anything, we need to put an announcement of that.
That reminded me of something else we should do on the show before we cut out of here, but let me bring it up.
Okay.
Because we do have messages on our Patreon of things. It's all Marchand, but he has been sending us different things to talk about on the email stuff.
Yes.
That sort of things. Back on our Emperor Chaozu and his Lon episode.
Yes.
Mystical Adventure. He says, this has a kaiju connection. I don't remember us bringing up a kaiju in that episode. Do you?
I don't remember.
I don't either.
Yeah.
He does say, all this talk of Jackie Chan playing Master Roshi reminds me of Tropic Thunder, with the dude playing a dude disguised as another dude.
Oh my gosh.
And then for some reason, he does say that Charizard is a kaiju. Once again, I don't even remember bringing Pokemon into that episode. But then I don't remember what we say in half these episodes.
Yeah, because we're pushing out every week. So it's like,
and I had replied, well, Charizard and his 2 Mega Evolutions are 5'7". I don't know if that actually qualifies as kaiju size.
right.
Now, the Gigantamax form, where he's like 90 feet tall, that's a different matter. But yeah, if you're going by the fact that they're monsters and kaiju just means strange monster, all the Pokemon and all the Digimon for that matter
True.
apply as
Very
kaiju.
true.
So, and all the Yu-Gi-Oh monsters too.
Yes.
But on that note, I think that's it for all we've got for this. Thank y'all once again for joining us. In the meantime, however, this has been Drew.
This is Jacob.
And we'll catch you in the next frame.
To follow Jacob and Drew's individual internet exploits, check out the Linktree links in the show notes.
Eventually.
You
I
can
got
email
time
us
tomorrow.
at thecellcastpodcast@gmail.com. Follow us on Twitter or X at @cast_cell. Follow our Facebook page, The Cellcast Podcast, and join our Facebook group, The Cell Nation, our YouTube channel, Cellcast, and our Rumble channel, The Cellcast Gaming. You can join us every Friday night at 7 p.m. Central for our live recordings of our episodes on Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, and Rumble.
Except this
You
week.
can also join Drew on those same streaming channels on Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. Central for gaming streams. You can listen to our podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or anywhere else fine podcasts can be downloaded from. Please rate and review us where you found us. Our theme song is Drop and Roll by Silent Partner. Our bad movie theme is It's Party Time by Gregory Snegoff, with additional audio from the film Titanic: The Legend Goes On. And remember, that's Cell with a single L.
BDB, that's all. Outlaw Star. Good night, folks.
And that's the end of the episode, guys.
Yes. Thank you guys so much. And we'll catch you Friday with our 7th year anniversary episode.
Indeed. Let me find us somebody to raid.
Mhm.
Knowing that it's Tuesday, our choices come down to probably either Retro or Book of Gaming, probably. But let me see who that we're following. Excuse me. Stream Manager, thank you. That is doing this. Yeah, we got Retro doing a Fix-It stream. We've got Book of Gaming doing Turtles again. I think I did Book last time, so we'll go Bug Roy. So y'all have a great evening, and we will see you Friday.
See you Friday. Thank you.
Once I can hit the button.
Hit the button.
I gotta wait for it to let me hit the button. There you go.